Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people. Power to the people.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. If you want it, here go. Welcome to the Black Alpha Network. It's showtime, go time, and we on it. Peace and love to the family. Let me know where you at right now. Give me that FBA roll call. We ain't gonna need them. Give me that FBA roll call. Let me know where you at so we can set this thing off right. And yes, indeed, we're gonna light it up in here today. Family. Y'all know there's so much going on in the world today. Y'all know everybody got their eyes on foundational Black Americans, but you know we get into the money. We focus on what we focus on, and we just doing us. Easy work like a part-time job. But you know, it's election season coming up, so you know they're gonna be sending a whole lot of different people at us, running the same type of con games over and over and over again. And it's our job, and I mean me, you, and everybody, to let everyone know that just because somebody got black skin, it don't make them in. If somebody got black skin, it don't mean they down with us. And if somebody got black skin, it does not mean that they represent the interests, the benefits, or the welfare of foundational Black Americans. So we all are familiar with that bullshit ass interview that the Breakfast Club had, and it was just coon on coon violence. Y'all know what it was. You had the red, the blue, the liberal, the conservative, the Democrat, the Republican. You had the coon from here, the coon from there, and they was going back and forth, but neither one of them served the best interests of foundational Black Americans, and we gonna serve our best interests. I want to let the whole family know that we're going to roast, we're going to hurt some feelings today, and at the end, foundational Black American certified, 100 certified BLACK going to win like we always do. I got some family up in here tonight. I'm going to put the link in the chat, and I want anybody who wants to come on up and let's speak. Let's talk. I don't care. Don't be shy. Let's go. You amongst family. This is the family tree, and this is one of those episodes of the Black Alpha Cast where y'all know we own it. Y'all know we just ready to go, and we ready to light it up the proper way. Matter of fact, today is August 22nd. So therefore, we have to make sure that we represent and we send a certified salute to my idol, and that is Huey P. Newton, Dr. Huey P. Newton, co-founder of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. Today, back in 1989, he passed away. This is somebody that I've cherished, someone I follow. We all have that Black Panther soul because the Black Panther Party, they didn't have all these attachments. They were just foundational Black Americans with a foundational Black American vibe, and they was kicking that foundational Black American energy. So as we roast motherfuckers today, and as we put in that work today, let's make sure that we send those certified salutes out to Dr. Huey P. Newton. May his ancestral presence stay with us, and may we march on to our reparations, and may we march on to just lighten up the whole world and getting what belongs to us. So with that said, family, I got one of my partners in here. My brother Marcel was supposed to pull up, but something's going on with Marcel, so I guess he's not going to be here. But at the end of the day, Black Alpha in the motherfucking building, and y'all know I got fired for days. So I do got one of my other brothers with me, family, and I'm going to bring him on up, and we just going to roast, and anybody who wants to come on up because you're amongst family. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, well, what is the Black Alpha Network? I said a bunch of Black Alphas, and we network. And that goes for everyone watching. That goes for me. That's the whole goddamn family. Y'all know this is a community. This is a society amongst all of us that can't nobody touch. So if somebody asks me, what is the Black Alpha Network? What is Certified Black Society? Who are the Certified 100? The Certified 100 are the only people who will change the world. They are all foundational Black Americans, and they will set it off. That's who we are. That's what we represent, and that's the type of time that we are going to stay on. So with that said, I know everybody out there is ready to get to the show. I'm going to bring up my brother, your brother. Y'all know him. Y'all familiar with him. We used to do a whole lot of spaces. This is my brother out there on the West Coast, and I got to send a certified salute out to my brother. This is my brother, Beatzilla. What it is, what it do, man.
Hey, what's going on, brother? Yes, indeed. Peace to the room, man. And the chat, I see everybody in the chat. I see a lot of familiar faces and familiar names in the chat. So shout out to everybody. Black first. We are here to talk about it this evening.
You ready to roast some non-certifieds today, brother? You ready to put the counterfeits on that barbecue grill?
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Yes,
All
indeed.
right.
Let's do it.
That's how we're going to do it, family. I want to say this, too, to everybody watching. Did any of y'all see those, like, reaction videos to that Larry Elder, Charlemagne thing? Because a lot of folks is on there saying, man, that's true now. I do agree with Larry Elder. Larry Elder sat there and he called out Charlemagne, and that was cool. But like 2 minutes later, he was talking about, I don't believe in systemic racism or reparations for anybody. So what I want the family to notice is that if you are a COON and you wear red, you're going to get that work from Foundational Black Americans. If you are a COON and you wear blue, liberal, conservative, no matter what plantation you live on, no matter what cotton you pick, it ain't certified, so it ain't us. So therefore, you're going to get it. So now we're not here to pick sides. We're not here to get involved in coon on coon violence. No. When it comes down to what they say, man, anybody can get it. Anybody can get it, family. Anybody can get it. What are some of the things that you see, my brother Zilla, in terms of the whole situation that was popping off with that Breakfast Club interview? And not just that, family, because obviously I'm going to play some clips and we're going to have the Candace Owens of the world. We're going to roast. We're going to see Simone linebacker Sanders. Okay, we're going to get him. I said him on purpose. We're going to get him. We're going to get some Vanessa Jones, who just got kicked out of his own nonprofit organization. We're going to get him. We're going to get anybody who's coming at us and trying to run the okie doke, because this is the time. This is the season. We got to get ours now. This reparations, tangibles, lineage movement is so strong and so powerful. You can feel it by my energy right now. We got to go. This ain't the last election. You feel me? And anybody coming around trying to run the con game or the trick bag or the hustle, we're going to go ahead and get a head start on lighting their asses up and putting it all on the line. So what are some of the things that you've seen, family, that we can frame and break down for everybody today, and just let the whole goddamn world know that you will give us what we deserve, you will give us what belongs to us, and you will not run the I ain't black just like you game. What you been seeing out there, my brother?
Well, what I'm seeing right now is a mad dash to grab hold of control of the narrative. So, of course, we already put we have examined the Democrats, because, again, Black folks have nonstop been the closest supporters to the Democrats, the biggest supporters, and gave them the White House this go around again. So when it comes down to foundational Black Americans' relationship with the Democrats, Black folks should expect more of the Democrats. With that being said, the other side of the narrative is this: those Republicans, especially those anti-Black Republicans that are major voices of that party, they also have to understand Black votes are a voter base, like it or not. And so now they're trying to jump out and control the narrative to push our agenda under the guise of it's a Democrat agenda. Now, neither one of these two parties speak to anything policy-wise for Black people. But when it comes down to the Democrats, they're saying, oh, it's the Republicans. We can't really do anything. That's why we can't get anything done. Now you're hearing the Republicans say, hey, that Black agenda is coming from the Democrats, and which is absolutely not true, because we represent our own interests. But another thing that does actually explain, though, is that the Black agenda is literally on the minds of both parties, and also their flunkies, lackeys, and tap dancing Sambos. So we're seeing all of those people, especially the tap dancing Sambos, start to get nervous, because we're starting to see different companies cleaning house of a lot of people who thought they were comfortable.
Them butter biscuit banjos is out, brother. Them butter biscuit banjos. You hear them banjos going off, brother? I hear them getting louder and louder, family.
Playing the soft tunes, like the Titanic.
Hey, and that damn ship is going down, family. Yes, indeed. All right, so hey, let's get it going. So we are all familiar with that whole fiasco that went on, but you know what ended up happening? This just came across my timeline like an hour ago. Let's take it to Mr. Larry Elder, right? Remember all that stuff he's talking about? No systemic racism and there's no problems and none of that stuff, right?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, well, yeah.
Since he says that's the case, let me tell you some breaking news, family. Some Black Alpha exclusive right here. Mr. Larry Elder is being denied into any of the Republican debates. Yes, you heard that right. So the same guy who said that there's no problem and there's not really an issue, I want everybody to listen to him right now screaming foul, because he has not been allowed. So we're going to fast forward to the movie, then we're going to walk it back, and we're going to walk their ass down in the process. This is him right here complaining about not being allowed in the debates. Check it out.
As you can see, I'm at LAX en route to Milwaukee. I was just informed by the RNC that I'm not qualified for the debate. Why? Even though I exceeded the 40,000 individual donations required, Even though I signed the pledge to support the eventual nominee, even though I submitted 3 polls where I was at least at 1%, I was informed that one of the polls is not eligible. It's the Rasmussen poll, even though it's the most accurate poll in predicting that Donald Trump would win in 2016. They say it is affiliated with Donald Trump and therefore it is not eligible. And I said to Ronna McDaniel, the chairwoman of the RNC, it's not affiliated with me. She said any poll affiliated with any candidate is not eligible. And no one told me that until just now. So we're filing an emergency injunction to get me up there. This is absolutely BS. One of the candidates, by the way, offered a $20 gift certificate for a $1 donation. That apparently is okay. Another one offered a free, air quotes, country western concert for a $1 donation. That apparently is okay. Another one offered a commission to prospective donors to get other prospective donors. That apparently is okay.
Your mic.
That sounds like a wake-up call to me, family. Tell me, because I don't know, because he told, people on the radio the other day there ain't no wake-up call. That sounds like a wake-up call to me, brother. What you feel?
You know how fast people are being made to eat their words these days. It's amazing. And he just got that wake-up call, and he doesn't want to admit it. You know how he's trying to, like, you know why you're not there, and now they're making you jump through the hoops because now you're seeing, oh yeah, the thing that you keep denying is literally slapping him in the face.
Let me ask you this question, family. What happens to them tools when they get broken, brother? Please tell me.
Hey, they get discarded and set out like it's trash day.
There we go, brother. They break them, and then we're going to put that on the corner like it's trash day. That's exactly what's happening to him. Now, mind you, in this whole interview, which we about to break down, the whole bullshit interview where he was going back and forth with Charlemagne, he denied every form of racism. See, what he wants to do, he wanted to past tense racism. And that's actually been proven. There's been study after study that shows that the dominant society and their minions, they always will admit to some type of racism if they can past tense it. So if they could put that shit back in the 60s, they was putting it back in the 30s. You feel me? 30s, they was back in the 1800s. Like, a lot of people don't know this stuff. So when you really sit back and you watch it, you'll see easily that he was trying to past tense every single form of anti-Black racism, and he was denying it of today. But right now, he's screaming foul. But doesn't that always seem to happen? You remember Omarosa?
Yes.
You remember that, right?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, same thing. She went through the same exact thing. And they changed the locks on that chick.
Woo! That's fucked up.
You've never heard that story, but like you've never heard that in history of the White House, to where they literally changed the locks at the White House and then they let everybody know they did it.
Yes. They basically told her in other terms, family, they basically said, yo, cotton picking ain't welcome here. Basically, if we really want to go there, that's basically what was told, is that your cotton picking ain't welcome here. I mean, and that's the easiest thing you could actually possibly do as a COON is go serve the dominant society. And now they're to the point where the dominant society is telling them, we don't even want you. You can't even come around. Like, that's how pathetic it is. How you fail at cooning, bro?
Man, that's a hell of a feat.
I'm telling you right now. When you fail at cooning, brother, that's a sad thing. But, let's go ahead and get to it, family. We're going to break down this whole interview. And I want the family to see that when you start talking about these people, I want everybody to notice ahead of time. Watch how the first thing they do is that they use any form of Blackness only as a weapon against each other. You understand what I'm saying? They never, ever, ever use Blackness as any means of, real, genuine, something that's thorough. It's only meant to use and confuse. That's it. They don't really give a damn about anything other than that. So right here, family, I'll pull it up and then I'll let you break down some of the things that you see, family, that you pick up on. And I want the family to tell me anything that they pick up on, so we can sit here and break it down and see what's really, really, really going on in these streets, because you could tell things ain't too real out here in the world. Here we go, family. He started off with the COO, so here we go.
It's not until war that death is the cause.
Here we go.
20 times, not of COVID, but fatherlessness. 70% of Black kids today.
The question starts off with, what is the biggest thing facing Black Americans? And he goes into a whole Republican spiel, and he never says it's anything to do with supremacy. It's everything except supremacy. Here we go. As a matter of fact, fair use. Let me throw that on the table real quick. Fair use, all fair use. Right here. This is what we speak of all the time. And as a matter of fact, here we go. So check this out. Fair use.
The world without a father in the home married to the mother, up from 25% back in 1965. Now 25% of white kids enter the world today without a father in the home married to the mother. And the stats are clear. Even Barack Obama once cited them. If you're raised without a dad, you're 5 times more likely to be poor and commit crime, 9 times more likely to drop out of school, and 20 times more likely to end up in jail. What's happened? In the mid-60s, with I think the best of intentions, a Democrat named Lyndon Johnson launched what he called the War on Poverty. And since then, we have incentivized women to marry the government and incentivized men to abandon their financial and moral responsibility. You know, when I say this to people, the pushback I get is, well, there are lots of things that are going on, systemic racism, poverty. Here's the problem. If you look at a young black male aged 10 to 43, that's young to me because I'm 71 years old. A young black man in that demo is 13 times more likely to be murdered than a young white man, same demo. Young black man, real young, 19 and under, the number one cause of preventable death is homicide, almost always at the hands of another young black male. Same demo for whites, the number one cause of preventable death.
Stop right there. Family, did you see how he immediately went into the black on black crime?
Yes, yes. And something is funny that he brought up Barack Obama.
Mm-hmm.
Barack Obama is not from a 2-parent household.
Oh.
Barack Obama is literally regarded as the first black president, which of course that's questionable, but he's also, as far as I could say, the first president of a single mom. Now, I've never heard of any other presidents being president with a single mother. So this whole single mother and fatherless home thing, notice how that part always seems to, they leave out Barack Obama as being a success story when it comes down to it. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, in the black community, although Obama's mama is white, it's still something to be said that a black male in America can become president from a single parent home.
Right there, family. And I want you to notice this too. He only uses Barack Obama when he can weaponize Obama against black people. This man can't stand Barack Obama. This man sit here and he says all types of bad things about Obama. But when it comes to saying, well, Barack Obama did it, then all of a sudden he kicks into Barack Obama's a good person. The rest of the day, Barack Obama's trash to him. This is what they do. Blackness is only used when it's weaponized against us. And that's the first thing he started off. And notice how many times he dodges, tap dances, and maneuvers around anything that has something to do with W supremacy. I'm going to continue this, family. We'll continue to roast.
Is unintentional deaths. That includes drug overdoses, automobile accidents, drownings. It's not until they get to number 4 that death is the cause. In America, 60% of the shootings, the robberies, and the homicides are committed by black people, often against other black people.
Right there, fam. There you go. He went full back on black crime. This is what we're talking about. So everybody out there who's saying, well, Larry Elder made some points. Anybody who's been subscribed to the Black Alpha Network, love you with a passion. Salute to you. Salute to all my new subscribers as well. Smash that like button. Put it all on the line. All my people out there, y'all know I've been saying for years about the he made some points now person. We got to get over this person that makes a point here or there, and then the other 23 hours out the day, they say some completely off-coded shit. That's how they try to trick black folks. They try to find 1 or 2 things we may agree with. Typically, it's something that's against the Democrats. And then a lot of black folks be making reaction videos. Brother, did you see all those reaction videos where people are out here cheering this dude?
Ooh-wee. I have seen a few. And it's absolutely a damn shame, brother. And the one thing about it is, with what he keeps trying to cite, notice how they never ever mention the other group's numbers. When it comes down to white on white crime or Asian on Asian, Latino on Latino, such and so forth, they don't ever go into breaking down the dynamics of those statistics. It's always using the trigger of, in the black community, because again, the black community has been not only the mule, but the tools of keeping supremacy going with a 2-party system. And this dude here is prime example of putting a black face on a white agenda.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. And they've been doing that since the plantation. Let me tell everybody who's a non-believer. Larry Elder was the guy back in the day that Malcolm X was talking about that stayed in the house. Okay. He was the one getting the little pats on the head. Anybody who heard the House Negro in the Field Negro speech by Malcolm X, if you ain't heard it, go and check it out. He was talking about someone like Larry Elder. These people are only black when it's convenient to be black, and typically when they can weaponize it against the Republicans or against the Democrats to vote. Charlemagne is about to do the same thing. No way, shape, or form was this guy representing the benefits of foundational black Americans, because he does not even see himself as black. He just sees himself as dark white. Continue.
Of the homicides in this country, half of them are black victims, almost all killed by other blacks. How do you explain that if it isn't for the absence of fathers? Are you prepared to say black people are just genetically inclined to commit more crime? I doubt it. And the go-to reaction often is poverty and systemic racism. Here's the problem. 1940, when there was blatant racism, this is before Brown versus Board of Education, before the Civil Rights Act of 64, KKK was still alive and well, 87% of blacks lived under the poverty line. Now it's about 14%. You can't blame it on poverty. You can't blame it on
whoa, wait. whoa. Wait a minute, brother. Now, is he referring to like the black communities that were stifled and had hospitals built through their neighborhoods so they got moved out? And highways, stadiums. He just totally overlooked eminent domain.
It's funny how he missed that. Now, it's funny how he'll sit here and he'll cite all these statistics. That's something else I always say on the Black Alpha Network. Watch all these folks who throw out a bunch of numbers because the math don't be mathing. He could sit here and cite all these statistics, but every single statistic shows systemic racism. You can see it within the numbers. So how come you can name me the derivatives and the calculus and the long division? You can name all that when it comes to pointing the finger at black folks. But yet those same exact numbers show you a system of supremacy that we all live in. If anybody can sit there and cite numbers, but they can't see supremacy, either they're full of shit or they're running that gambit. And I would say he's doing both right now as we proceed.
The nuclear intact family, and neither side is talking about it. The left doesn't talk about it because they caused it with the welfare state, and our side does not talk about it because if you're white, you'll be accused of dissing single moms who are heroically raising these kids, or you.
Oh no! Oh no! Whoa! Notice when he started talking about the single W moms, he said they're heroically raising those kids. Now, he doesn't say anything of the nature of our sisters who are facing anti-blackness. Soon as he started talking about, we gotta let
play that again.
Let bruh, man. Here we go. We got a good answer for that one, brother. We got a damn good answer for that one. Let's run this back. Let's run this all the way back, family. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you the reason why he did that. I'm gonna give you boy. Sad day. Sad. Notice, family. Soon as he started talking about a heroic W woman being a mother who got children, all of a sudden his tide and his energy changed. The same excuses that he was tap dancing around when it came to the things that we face, he wasn't willing to provide that on the other foot. I did a video last week and I was talking about all those W's that were coming out on TikTok and they were running around saying how they agreed with us. I basically did a whole breakdown on you can't believe these folks because they're always going to play friend. They're always going to say, oh, we're on your side now. This is why we did it. In reality, what you notice is they throw soft shoe terms in there. But if anybody wants to answer why he said heroic W woman when he was referring to them being single mothers, the answer is right there on your screen. That's why. Go ahead, Zilla. Talk to me, brother.
And see, this is one of the things that, so many people who have came along, especially in his ilk, there is a deep psyche to break down with individuals like this. And number one is they just don't like themselves. They have a very hard time of what they are. They never wanted to accept what they are, like he always says. And he says it even to Charlemagne as if he's disappointed in admitting, well, of course, I know I'm a black man. So either he's looking at that as a limitation or he's looking at that as less than. So if what he is saying out of his mouth really was true in his mind, he would say, yes, I'm proud to be a black man and I've accomplished this, and that. But he's always, well, yeah, of course, I can't help but notice I'm a black man. Right. And the fact that you hate where you come from and you hate. So I would have to say Larry Elder is probably, for all intents and purposes, foundational Black American, because he is one of those that says how he hates hearing about slavery, and because he has spent his whole life trying to get with a ghost.
Facts. Family. Hey, what do we always say, fam? Me and you done broke this down all the time before. Matter of fact, we done had some people call in our spaces and they ran that same game. Well, I'm Black too. You got your HGCs out here. You know what I'm talking about too, brother. That's your homegrown hoons. There's a lot of them out here. There's a lot of the homegrown. You got the tethers, yes, you do, but that's just somebody who's doing that type of stuff from a different land with a different accent. He is your typical homegrown. And what you got to be careful of when you start dealing with the homegrowns is that the homegrowns will try to use the being of the lineage as an excuse for the poor behavior in which they exhibit. So he'll pull that out all the time. This is exactly what goes on with Clyburn. Clyburn will use this all the time. He'll be like, well, I am from America and I'm this, that, and the other thing. But in reality, every single thing that they have in common with us, and I say this to the family, let me put it this way. Every single thing that they have in common with us is something that they're going to use to weaponize against us. So if their skin is Black, they're going to use that against us. If they're of the lineage, they're going to use that against us. If they're from your hometown, your home county, they're going to do everything to get down. They're no different than a W from the suburbs who says, yo, 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 yo. And they try to talk like you. They try to speak like you. They kick into these Black scents. It's the same exact thing.
Facts.
What do you say, brother? They just Black folks with a W agenda. You say that all the time.
Man, one of the things that you just, when you were talking, it just dawned on me. You remember Marcel's, with Clyburn's fish fry?
I remember.
Okay. This brother, hey, how you doing? Hey, what? Now why y'all keep fucking with me?
Yep.
You notice how the energy shifts when you just have to simply deal with us.
Yes.
And he over there having a good old time. The hen dog was on him, but as soon as he had to answer to Black folks, energy switched off like a light switch, did it?
Flip flop all across the board. It's the OJ. Remember, I ain't Black, I'm OJ.
Facts.
This is what it is. These people want to be down so bad. These people are not on our side by no means. In election season, only thing it does is brings it out even more to the forefront. But since we're speaking of that, let me talk about that person he was just with in the picture, because things ain't all the way well over there on the tap dancing side of town, family. If you look at the screen right now, fam, he's been having some serious issues going on with Miss Becky Sue. Larry Elder's ex-fiance files police report alleging domestic abuse, says he pressured her into unwanted sexual activities. So maybe this is one of the reasons why that tool getting broken. Maybe this is one of the reasons why his ass ain't allowed in the debates. But let's go down furthermore. Let's talk about it, what it really is. I do not know how to pronounce this lady's name. Alexandra Dadding, I guess, but that's what we're gonna call it. We're not gonna sit here and break down all the time. Becky just gonna have to run with it because we're not gonna waste no time trying to figure out. Check this out.
Doubt.
Alexandria, the former fiance of radio talk show host Larry Elder, filed a police report Wednesday accusing him of domestic abuse while living with their Republican California gubernatorial candidate, reported by Politico. Dadding or whatever, Alexandra, Becky, we're gonna call her Becky Sue, y'all. So y'all know, Becky Sue said last week that Elder had brandished a loaded handgun. That man he done pulled out the strap. He brandished a loaded gun at her in 2015, which led for her to break off their engagement. Yeah, and he about to be a broken here. You think? Becky Sue told Politico that she decided to file a report with the Los Angeles Police Department after Elder publicly denied the incident. She told police that she had received threats after her denial. So he put some pressure on Becky Sue. I'm telling you, they snapped. They can't live without Becky. Not at all. Okay. In a tweet, Becky Sue said, "I'm not the one who has to come clean about my past. Larry is." Her police statement, which she shared with Politico, revealed details on how Elder had checked to see if the gun was loaded in her view while the two were in an argument. So basically, he ran to that damn cabinet and said, "I'm going to show you." He done pulled out the strap, made sure he showed Becky Sue, and he was trying to intimidate Becky Sue. Furthermore, He proceeded to open the drawer. This is according to Becky Sue, family. This ain't Black Alpha word. This ain't Beatzilla word. This right here is according to Becky Sue, and this is on the businessinsider.com. You can check it out as well. We got proof and receipts and spoilers on these COON Sambos. He proceeded to open the drawer and reached inside for his 45 caliber revolver, making sure the firearm was in my view. He opened rotating part of the revolver, checking to make sure if the gun was loaded with cartridges. So he's intimidating Becky Sue, okay? He proceeded to close the cylinder again, making sure the firearm was in her view, and made sure to proceed with the firearm back to the drawer. One more time, I'm going to bring it all home, and this is the most damning part on his tap dancing. This is what I end up hearing. Check this out, brother. Family, did you just not say that this man tried to bring in immediately all of the I'm black as well stuff? Watch this stuff. Watch how even when Becky Sue said he done pulled out the burner, even when Becky Sue done filed a police file on this man, watch how he still blames foundational Black Americans. Watch this. He says, I have never brandished a gun at anyone. I grew up in South Central. I know exactly how destructive this type of behavior is. It's not me, and everyone who knows me knows it's not me. Fam, do you see how he basically said, I grew up around black on black crime, and I'm the good ones who did not fall into the blacks on blacks crimes, and I stayed away from it. So basically, don't blame me, Becky Sue. I'm one of the good ones, end quote. Zilla.
Wow.
Talk to me, brother. That's all on you, dog. You got to take that one, family.
Yeah, okay. So what I see with a Larry Elder, see, he strikes me as one of those people who was probably in them streets when he was real young. And then somebody probably pulled him aside and was like, hey, there's this other little hustle over here. Because it's LA. So, I mean, you never know. Getting around the business, you could get you a little radio gig and get on. So now you getting out here changing your persona. But at the end of the day, because here's the thing. Larry Elder strikes me as one of those dudes that always wants to be around other folks so he can be the black guy. Like, yeah, I'm from South Central. Like, yep. I could just see it when he was younger, being around all them other W's. Just, yeah, I'm from South Central, so I know how to get down. And so he gonna go over there, go get the Dirty Harry out the cabinet. Like, oh, woo. Yeah, you see this, because now he does the also pick up on the safe voice thing that Larry Elder does. So he's going to talk in that voice, and he's not really going to be any bother to anybody, but he's going to talk a little fast, and then he's also going to talk a little sweet. So then when he talks soft and sweet and light, then you don't really look at Larry Elder as a threat. Now I'm sure when he was over there talking about, look at him. Now, if you don't understand, I'm from South Central and I don't play that. Now, I'm sure he was flipping on her like that. So it's one of them type of things that he's an actor at the end of the day, and he's learned the game. And now the biscuits are drying up, the biscuit shops are closing. Woo. And these people are in a mad dash to figure out who they can latch on to. And so now he just figured, hell, I'll just run for president. Screw it.
That's it. It still can't get in the debates. It's a sad day, family. That's one thing. Hey, I want everybody to notice this. There's two types of outcomes when you start dealing with these people who deal with these Becky Sues, right? Some of these COONs who deal with these Becky Sues. You either have the one where Becky Sue takes off on them.
Right.
Tiger Woods. Old buddy up there in what was it, Michigan, that tether dude? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay.
Down there in Orlando.
Right.
Old dude.
That's another one. So either Becky Sue takes off on them, or they get crazy upset and then they have a Sambo temper tantrum and they take off on Becky Sue, O.J. Simpson. So those are the two outcomes to these. Look at the statistics. You see it all the way across the board because you're dealing with somebody who is basically the outside guy who came inside the house and he's been looking at Master's wife the whole time. And he got the most undesirable Master's wife. And then they loan her to him. And then eventually this ends up happening in the long run. Now, with that said, since we done broke down how he goes from black to this, black to that, now you're going to start seeing in this same space right here how Charlemagne, I'm sorry, everybody, let me say this. Another Sambo has entered the chat. He goes by the name of Charlemagne. I want everybody to notice now how when you start seeing Charlemagne, he pops up and he starts trying to do pushback. But the difference is he's doing pushback from the aspect of the Democrats, while Larry Elder was doing pushback from the aspect of the Republicans. And this is what we're framing today. I want everybody to see that you're dealing with the same type of people. It doesn't matter what political party or affiliation they have. These people are all anti-Black. These are two groups who have some type of deep-seated love for massa, and they've sold anything that they had to be a part of that. They're basically plantation fighting. This is Plantation Jethro and Plantation Billy Bob, and they're sending out all their COONs to go fight. That's what it is. Now, people like us who are staying to sit back and we just watch it happen, we're the ones who are certified. Anybody else who gets involved, and you can go down the list, you can name them. You're talking about Angela Rye, you're talking about BBB, Roland Martin, you're talking about all the cheap folk counterfeit that he has on his show. You're talking about basically all the CNN, Marcus Lemoyce, Michael Erica Dyson. You go down the list, Diamond and Silk, whatever one is still around, all of them. These are people who go face-to-face, toe-to-toe for a group or a party that never gives their people anything. And then you're going to start to see it right now where this is straight up one-on-one, and you're going to see the main difference between the way we operate and the way they operate, and you could tell a vast difference. We certified, they counterfeit. Proceed.
Be accused of being a racist, or if you're Black, you'll be accused, as I was by the LA Times, of being the black face of white supremacy. Nobody's talking about that. I am.
What are the
reasons? Hey, didn't you just say that, Zilla? Hey, Lisi, no. Lisi, no. He said it. He said, I am accused of being the black face of W supremacy. And you damn right. No. You're not being accused. You're being identified for what the fuck you are. Big facts. Difference. And an accusal is 50-50. Being identified is the full 100, and that's exactly what it is. But like we were saying, family, the other COON, Charlemagne, has entered the chat. Now watch him try to push back from the Democrats.
If your statistics are right, what are the reasons that you think fathers aren't in the home?
As I said, it's because in the mid-'60s, Lyndon Johnson launched what he called the War on Poverty. And Charlemagne, literally, they sent social workers door to door in the inner city. I remember this, advising women of the availability of welfare, provided there was no man in the house. It created an economic incentive for women to marry the government. Same thing with whites. In 1965, 8% of whites entered the world without a father in the home, married to the mother. Now it's about 25%, also up threefold. Look at census data, 1910, 1920, 1930, in places like Milwaukee, Chicago, Philadelphia. A young Black kid was slightly more likely to be brought into a world with a father.
Now, mind you, he just threw in the same thing with W's, but he then proceeded to start naming out majority Black places. Once again, emphasis on Black. But we know what you're doing. These people are professional liars. These are very skilled liars. That's all a coon can do is sit back and lie all day long. They have nothing to do. The butter biscuits done ran out. The damn the sprinkles done fell off the damn butter biscuits, fam. They ain't got no frosting on them. Only thing they can do is sit there and lie. So he understands how to sprinkle in W's, but in reality, continue to talk down on Black folks. I'll let it keep going, brother, before I have you roast.
Father in the home, married to the mother, than a young white kid. We have incentivized this kind of bad behavior, and it's had a disproportionately bad effect on the Black community.
Let me ask you a question. What do white people do wrong, Larry?
What do you mean, what do white people do? I'm not worried about white people. I'm worried about what's going on with us.
But if there's systemic racism in this country, which we know it is.
No, I don't say there is. You say there is. I don't believe that.
Oh, you don't believe this?
No, there used to be, obviously. Tell me what you think the number one systemic example of systemic racism is in America.
Oh man, there's so many.
Just give me the most important one you think.
But at the top of mind, I probably maybe mass incarceration. Maybe.
Really? During the Great Depression, when 50% of Black adults were unemployed, you didn't have this kind of mass incarceration. It's to break down the family. There's a direct.
I'm not going to.
Stop. Hold up, freeze. First off, there's all types of inaccuracies in there, and I'm going to point out a couple of them. About at least 4, 5, 6, brother. One I pointed out that I call mass incarceration. He talks about there wasn't mass incarceration and Black people being locked up a lot. He said during the Great Depression. Well, first off, during the Great Depression, that was just, relatively 50 to 60 years after slavery. Okay, first off. Second, Black folks were still being harmed and lynched on the weekends. Okay, let's get that straight. And then third, everyone understands that mass incarceration really took place heavily in the late 1970s all the way through the 1980s going into the 1990s. Mass incarceration, for all the numbers he speaks of, mass incarceration was something that literally took off heavily in terms of private prisons and industrialized independent prisons. That is a 1970, 1980 thing for anyone to cite the 1930s is a falsified, ignorant ass compliment. And this is what he's trying to do, family. What else did you catch?
Well, the thing about Charlemagne, now he keeps mentioning with Larry Elder, he keeps mentioning the fathers not being in the home, and see back here, and we had fathers. He keeps negating the targeting of Black communities, and then acting like as he makes it all the welfare thing. Now, truth of the matter is, how welfare ended up getting cut was by Bill Clinton.
Checkmate.
So, when you fast forward down the line, there was no benefit to Black folks, and for the people who get welfare today, see, all that did was cut Black folks off from benefits. The white women still get it. Matter of fact, I just looked at something here right before I got on with you, brother, and it was a headline that said 79% of seed money for the entrepreneurial things that they were supposed to be doing for Black women, because remember, they made Black women the whole face of it. 79% of that seed money went to white women.
Wow.
So all of this thing that he's doing, acting like as if there has not been targets on our community, and I don't believe there's no systemic racism. You can't have these laws that were on the books if you're saying the 1930s. Is that not the time of segregation?
Thank you.
So he's denying actual factual historic truth just to sit up here and deny anti-Black racism. Shameful.
If you love Master that much, just come out and say you love Master. I mean, this is the thing.
Absolutely.
We would all be served better if any of these coons came out and just said they love their Master. Just say you love Master. We all know you love Master. The whole world knows you love Master. You know you love Master. So just serve us the best time and come out and say it. I'm going to skip, family, because y'all know on the Black Alpha Network, we are 100 on the highway, top drop back. Salute to everybody. We got 290 people in here. Salute to y'all.
Right on.
Love y'all with passion. Smash that like button, man. We got a lot more coming. Salute to you, my brother Zilla, because we work.
Yes, sir.
Bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is going to be one of the most thorough breakdown, certified all the way across the board. Let's jump real quick. We're going to get back on Mr. Elder. Let's jump over here real quick to another person that came out recently, because we said it, fam. This is election season, so you're going to start seeing all of these nefarious characters start popping up. Let's get to somebody else, family, that I seen pop up here the other day. Salute to our brother Red Joker. Red Joker, funny as hell, y'all.
Yeah, man.
Came across my timeline. A lot of y'all are familiar with this individual right here, but watch this type of tone. And I say that to set up Charlemagne, because Charlemagne's coming on next. You're going to start hearing Charlemagne speaking that Democratic shield talk, okay? So you have the Republican shield and the Democratic shield. Listen to this taping for Joe Biden, family, since we're giving the historical and the categorical breakdown on what's popping. Listen to this right here, family. I want you to hear this. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but I'm going to play this and listen to this person. Y'all know that lady right here.
Now, the one on the left, that's the tether that we got at. So the one on the left is the tether that we got at.
Family.
And then the other one, of course, is your favorite tether, good old Amanda Sears. I told you they was about to try to promote this girl.
Brother, watch how they speak on foundational Black American issues like they certified or something. You know, like they name hoes some type of weight in these streets, and it don't. Watch how she starts caping for Joe Biden. This just came across my timeline as well. We got a lot of exclusives. Larry Elder getting kicked out of other debates. That just came across my timeline. That's brand new. That just happened about 5-6 hours ago. This right here just got posted not too long ago. So watch this type of tap dancing and watch her make every single excuse in the book for Joe Biden and the Democratic Party. It's the same thing Larry Elder was doing. So what that does, it highlights to everybody that when you deal with somebody on the left and somebody on the right, you're dealing with two heads of the same political snake. And what do both of them have in common? They are both anti-Black. I'm going to play this and I'm going to let you comment on this, family. And I'm seeing the chat going up right now. I want to hear what y'all got to say in the chat too. You know something. Let's speak on it. Here we go. Watch this caping.
Different argument. And then that tends to devolve to the people that feel that, well, it doesn't matter because Democrats and Republicans are the same, which is also unintellectual. Thank you.
Whoa. I'm sorry. Y'all know I'll stop real quick. First off, salute to the chat. Okay. Star. Salute to Star. I like what you said. Mammy Seal. I love that. That's it right there. Salute to our sister Star. That's a good one. That's a good one, my sister. I love that one. That's real good. Right here. This is what you're dealing with. You're dealing with Mammy right here. You're dealing with it. And notice how she said, if anybody even says that the Democrats and the Republicans are the same in terms of anti-black. And mind you, I just said it, you said it, everybody said it. She says we are unintellectual for even putting that together. So basically what she's saying in her tap dancing, Mammy Seal, salute to you, sister, that type of translation, that's basically saying that both of them are not anti-black, only one of them is. That's what they're trying to put, and that's what they're always trying to get. Good cop, bad cop, and she's basically saying is that this is the good W's, this is the bad W, this is the good party, that's the bad party, and they don't even want to hear anybody say anything on the otherwise or on the contrary. Let me let it ride. I'm gonna try not to stop it, but here we go.
And that tends to devolve to the people that feel that, well, it doesn't matter because Democrats and Republicans are the same, which is also unintellectual. Thank you. I'm going to speak on that. Well, I think there's something to be said for the fact that there's a difference between similarities and the same. Yes. And I know that that may seem very nuanced, but
similarities, anti-black, supremacy. That's the similarity. Supremacy similarities is what we're talking about. You feel me, brother?
Amanda Seals is amazing. Amazing. I mean, well, yeah, you know, they're similar, but they're not the same, ma'am. Anti-blackness is what you're saying. Well, there's difference. Are you leveling anti-blackness as if it was a house of cards? What are we talking about here? Anti-black racist is an enemy of the black community, period. So the fact that she's going to say,
bottom line, you can't put nothing on it.
Oh my goodness. And this Nigerian right here is just so happy. Yes, Amanda. Yes.
Oh, look at her.
Oh, she is so giddy.
Hey, Zilla, you know when y'all talk about that.
I'm not going back. My richest.
Yeah, you know when I talk about that Fleetman forehead, brother?
Man, my bills are paid.
Here we go, right here. Here's more.
It's an important nuance because anytime people are in the same place, they will share similarities. Me and you share similarities. We are not the same. Yes. And it is what's what I'm looking for? Disingenuous. It's disingenuous, and it's also it's disingenuous and simply just erroneous to suggest that we're the same, because we're just not. Like, you know, on the surface, deep, it's just not. So when we look at Democrats and Republicans, first of all, it is a straw man argument to talk about the past when the present is happening so loudly. And
wait a minute, Zilla. It's a straw man argument to talk about the past, brother.
What? Wait. I guess maybe they're just going to start eliminating history classes and courses altogether then. Because bringing up history, I mean, what do they say? If you don't learn the past, then you won't know how to change the future. And she's saying, don't even worry about the future, just vote Democrat. This is insane.
Family. Let us proceed with the tap dancing. Hey, one thing I know for certain is that in the past, the present, and the future, her ass is going to be a Sambo, a sister Sambo. Here you go.
And in such a prevalent way. So you can tell me all day long about Joe Biden and the 94 crime bill. And I get it. I fucking get it. But it's 2023. Okay? And in 2023, I don't feel Joe Biden is showing up in 2023 the same way he was in 1994. But you know who is? An entire party. Okay? So there's that. I think there's also something to just really address in that you have one party that has a shared platform of oppression. And this is on a local and federal level. And it is being carried out through action. And it is being displayed through actual examples of gaslighting and lying. Just all the time. Like, there's no shame in it. These people specifically asked for a specific special counsel to be assigned to Hunter Biden. They got what they asked for and then started a campaign of this person is corrupt.
Family, what does Hunter Biden got to do with Foundation of Black Americans?
Oh man, don't miss the optics either, family. All of a sudden, she's just gonna sit up here with her big old Trinidadian fro And so look at oh no, Grenada. I'm sorry, Grenada. She's from Dave Grenadan.
Close enough.
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna sit up here. Look at Mike Fro, and so I'm gonna tell you about this. And Hunter Biden. Wait a minute. See, this is what I was talking about earlier with the right-winger flunkies. They're trying to get us to start looking at parties. But what did she say earlier in this video? We tell you they're both the same. Oh, there's nuances. No, there isn't. And we're not even seeing nuances in the Sambone.
Damn shame. Hey, you know why, brother? And we said this before in a couple of them old spaces, family. Once you seen one tap dancer, you done seen them all. Here we go. Wow.
I can't even wrap my mind around. I don't even know what the goal is with that, right? Because I'm like, is it just that you got what you wanted? So now, so the effort to undermine is insidious. When it comes to the Democratic Party, though, as a party, they don't share that same goal.
Exactly. There was so much BS wrapped in that. Matter of fact, let me say this. I heard a whole lot of words. Family, was anything being said?
No. I mean, she did a Kamala Harris. Just saying a bunch of words, saying absolutely nothing.
Let me ask you a question, family. Let me toss this to you. Let me ask you this real good question. Wow. What happens when you mix a Democratic shield with the tether? What happens when you say? Because let's be real. Before I say that, let me say this to the whole family. Man, I'm turned up today, man. Y'all smashed that like what? Black Ops Network. We're rocking all day. I want to say this. You're seeing, and you've been seeing this now for about the last 10 years, is that a lot of the homegrown coons in the Democratic Party are being pushed out for non-FBA tethers who are coming in. So in reality, there is an erasure of the homegrown coon within the Democratic Party, and you're starting to see more and more non-FBA lineage Democratic shields pop up. We showed two right there. Barack Obama is a non-FBA. Kamala Harris is non-FBA. What's that one lady's name? The press lady, secretary chick, whatever her name is.
Shea Pierre.
Her. She, right there. You hearing her name. That's non-FBA. Roland Martin is non-FBA. So what you see is this influx where the homegrowns are on their way out. To be honest with you, a lot of the homegrowns are typically 70, 80 years old. They're super old.
Well, we had the last new homegrown was Tiffany Cross. And she got crossed out.
Totally crossed out. So it seems that you have these whole new people who are coming into the Democratic Party who are non-foundational Black Americans, and they pick up right where they need to pick up. Same talking points, same nonsense, everything that she was just spewing right there, all of that super tether shield talk. So let me ask you the question, family. What do you see when you see a tether and a Democrat mixed as one? I'm going to let you take the floor on that, brother.
I see a savvy third world con man.
Woo!
And a savvy third world con man or con woman in this case, because, you've been taught how to hustle. So understanding that you don't really believe the shit you're saying. And so but you have to get out and make people convinced that your word is worth something. Because let's just keep it a buck. Nobody's checking for Amanda Seale on the silver screen. So her career's never going to take off there. Her only hope is latching her wagon to the DNC. That way, as she ages out of even TV, then she starts going into the political sphere to start building her career there, kind of reinvent her image like Freddie did on Different World, and go from the, I'm wacky to going into, I'm an attorney. So, just making that late and light pivot, which I kind of see coming for her quickly. But nonetheless, she's really trying to push that Democratic line hard. And remember, I've been talking about them funding partners of the anti-delineation fund from that Jam woman, that Nigerian.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Remember, all of these people that are funding, these are that's about $20 trillion worth organizations. All that money is getting spread around.
Facts.
And we're witnessing all of Soros' pals spreading the wealth, because you're seeing people like this. The Nigerian woman, I could see what happened is when she popped out, brother. We shout out to all y'all in the chat, all you grassroots. Shout out to all of y'all for getting on her top early, because they were making her and trying to make her the new big thing, because they're trying to infiltrate or undermine the grassroots voice and trying to interject themselves in there as being grassroots. So yeah, we got to watch out for that play too.
Facts, brother. What we called it before, man. Remember the grassroots imposter. Grassroots imposter. Back in the old days, they didn't really have to do the grassroots imposter because the mainstream was in full control. And since we're the ones setting the precedents and we're the ones pushing the narrative and pushing the line, they got to watch what we do. Family. There's another person running around. This is what we do. I'm telling y'all, on the Black Alpha Network, we're going to give exclusive and we're going to roast, man. Salute to the whole family, because I see y'all in there roasting right now. Let me add this. This is another thing I want to add to it. There's a couple people on both sides that are coming out. And I'm going to show you a couple people right here that pop up during election season. Some of these folks you ain't even seen before election season. So this person right here is another person that we have not seen in quite some time. They were busy playing football for the Dallas Cowboys, okay, with big old shoulders, running around here. And I am joking, kind of, sort of. You know who that is. I had to, y'all. Simone linebacker Sanders.
Wow.
Man, I ain't seen him.
She got some broad shoulders.
Yeah, I went there. Last time I saw this brother, last time I seen this dude, okay, this guy was running around, caping for Joe Biden, disappeared, and now it's popping up again. And they're talking to this individual right here. We all know this individual. Watch this right here. We're going through the list. I don't care if you're Democrat or you're Republican. We letting people know that they are not FBA and they do not rock with us. So I'm going to play this clip right here, and I want everybody to check the same type of BS language that they're trying to run. None of these people are foundational Black Americans, and none of these people will serve foundational Black Americans, because the only people who will serve us is us, as I rock.
Campaign travel. You've spent about 19 days campaigning in Iowa, 15 days campaigning in New Hampshire, only 3 days in South Carolina, but you've appeared on more than 70 podcasts. Is this your strategy to reach voters?
I'd say our strategy in this campaign is talk to everyone. I'm not running to lead a political party. I'm running to lead a nation.
Well,
and so I've gone to places where people don't go.
You are running to lead a political party. You're running to be the Republican nominee for president.
I'm running to lead the United States of America, actually. I'm running, but this is really important, Simone, is the way that I'm running this primary is a little bit different than the other candidates, because I'm already planning for our ultimate destination, leading a national revival. I was going to mention, I've been to the south side of Chicago. I've gone to Kensington in the middle of Philadelphia. These are places where any Republican politician or consultant would tell you, you'd be crazy to waste time there in the middle of a primary. I don't see it that way. Many people might even say that about coming on MSNBC. There are other candidates who have said that they won't talk to NBC News because NBC News is not nice to Republicans. My view is if I'm not willing to sit across the table from folks like you, I'm not ready to sit across the table from Xi Jinping.
All right. Okay. First off, notice how he threw Chicago and he threw Philly in there, right? Okay.
Man.
Go around the blacks, right? Basically, in other terms.
Right.
We see through all that, man. They're going to have to come up with some new stuff right there. But my question to you, and I say this to everybody in the chat right now, when you start to see these people pop up, it's election season, so we already are very aware of that. We understand the type of game that they're running with that, okay? But when you start to see these people, what's the first thing, and I ask you and everybody else, what's the first thing that you notice that they start to run into either tether babble or Democratic shield babble? What's the first talking point, phrase, quote, motto, that they go into when they're trying to basically fool foundational Black Americans? And mind you, when that other lady Sills was talking and when Simone Linebacker was talking, neither one of them mentioned foundational Black Americans at all. But if they would be pressed, they would start pretending to be Black the same way that Charlemagne and Larry Elder do. So what are some of the talking points that you see, my brother, whenever they start trying to run the I'm downs with y'all game?
Well, for one, with I first say her shoulders are a beast. Woo! But with what Vivek came out with, and Larry Elder also bringing up Chicago. He's using like a street cred. Like, I went to Chicago. So I got in touch with the people. I went to Philly, so I'm in touch with the people. You're not, though. And not to mention, this is the same guy that actually said that Juneteenth what was a senseless holiday or whatever.
Yep.
So there's that. And another thing, when you see these people coming around, they're always trying to mention some kind of either a reference, like Larry Elder will always refer to black on black crime, and then Vivek will always tie the most known for violence area. So Chicago. So he's mentioning Chicago to, again, lightweight, low key, get to that black on black crime issue, because Chicago must be tough, because he's not talking about Lakeshore Drive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when people say, oh, I was in Chicago, it's supposed to give them some kind of credibility of, while again, using black folks as a prop or some kind of, just more or less a prop, even a political prop. That's all that is.
Family, one thing I also noticed too is that, like you said, family, it's all this political prop, and foundational Black Americans are always the ones caught in between, the middle. I'm going to say this, and I don't care what nobody says. All a consistent blind voter, and let me phrase that, the consistent blind voter, all they are is a black person who never left the plantation. That's it. You just never left the plantation, because all voting is the plantation. That's all it is. As a matter of fact, you can draw direct parallels between the voting system and slavery. At the end of the day, think about it. It's something that black people do the most and receive none of the benefits for.
Facts.
Just like slavery. What is the Democratic Party or the Republican Party? It's the plantation. The same way that you would wear your master's name is the same way they wear the name of their political party. It's the same exact thing. Someone could say that picking cotton is the equivalency of voting. Okay. You go outside in the worst conditions. Oh, we working today. You go outside in the worst conditions. You stand outside amongst whoever they throw at you. Right. You believe that whatever you're doing is to serve a great purpose. And then when you place that vote, pull that lever, you walk away with nothing. They have duplicated. So ain't nothing changed but the weather. You're dealing with the same type of anti-blackness. You're just dealing with it from a different aspect. Let me ask you this, family, before we push on, because we got a couple motor roasts. We rocking. In terms of the Republicans and the Democrats, whenever you see they're going back and forth, what is the main key cog that you see in this next election? Because every election is a little different, because the more we change and more we get on code, the more that they got to change what they're doing. What's one of the main things you're seeing right now in terms of the way this game is going?
Right now, I would have to say legitimately it's us. We are the talking point that no one wants to address.
Right. And
so with that, it's kind of like how you hear somebody like a concert. If you were in a other side of a wall of a concert hall, the sound from the outside that you can hear, boom, boom, boom. You can hear the walls. It's like that. And so I believe that we're going to see everybody try to tiptoe through the willows, trying to get around our actual issues. That's why I'm also seeing a lot of these transplant grassroots plants like Amanda Seals and her Nigerian buddy here that they're setting up. And then also, y'all remember I told you, watch for Mano.
Oh yeah,
watch for Mano.
Yep.
You see him with Angela Yee now.
Oh, you see how I go around, right?
So, like I said, just people who's hanging around people and like, okay, it might not mean nothing today, but watch how things play around now. So now you have Mano sitting in a seat that can now start furthering another political platform for so-called candidates.
Thanks.
And then you're using him as some kind of street cred. That's why I see these other folks, they're putting them in place to drown us out. So truth be told, I think we are the most important thing of the next election, and every other agenda is just a tool to drown us out.
Good point, brother. Good point. It's funny because, like we always say, people think it's just me talking that talk. You feel me? Which I'm going to, and I'm going to say it with my chest, but it's not just talk. Foundational Black Americans, we run everything. Everybody sits down right now across the world as we speak right now. People are in different areas, different groups, and they're thinking about us and how they can maneuver around us. That just shows you how powerful we are. But before we go there, let's get back to Larry Elder and
Charlemagne.
I want to get back. Yeah, let's get back to them because I know they want to see us. Oh, damn, my bad. Damn. Wrong video. I'm sorry. Damn. I'm trying to get the panels right, family. I apologize. I was looking for Larry Elder. I was looking for it. I got the wrong one. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get that corrected, y'all. I thought I saw the Breakfast Club interview. I just want to pull back up the Breakfast Club interview. My bad, family. All right, Larry Elder get mad over there.
Yeah.
My bad. I was looking. Man, that's on me, y'all. That's on Black Alpha, y'all. I put up the wrong video. I didn't mean to. I'm gonna get that fixed, family. I'm gonna get that super fixed. Okay, going back to the interview. This is when it got real cool right here. This is when they started spewing a lot of things. But this is one that a lot of people have been seeing. This is one that's been making a lot of the rounds out there, family. And I'm gonna play this.
And a reminder.
This right here is the whole thing about the wake-up call, and I want everybody to check this on out because this is what we speak about. Here we go.
Have you ever heard of the term a nigga wake-up call?
No.
It is an incident where a person of color forgets that they are of color, and a reminder.
Real quick, Charlemagne starts asking him about the N-word wake-up call, and notice he says people of color. Did you pick up on that, Zilla?
Yes. Immediately goes to people of color. So he immediately broadens the term when it was exclusionary. Yeah, that is deception.
Straight brother, deception. They start off, man. They'll say a whole paragraph and they'll start off, throwing in keywords. So he made sure he threw that in there. But here goes the wake-up call part. So let's check this out.
Rather brutally by an unexpected act.
Fair use.
Have you ever had any of those?
Brother.
I'm just asking. You think you've ever?
Well, I'm acutely aware, Charlemagne, that I'm a black person, just as you are a black person. And when Joe Biden insulted you by saying you ain't really black, we don't know whether or not you want to vote for me or vote for Donald Trump. It seems to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part. How dare this guy come in here and insult you, a black man, and tell you you got to think a certain kind of way? I'm amazed that you did that.
I'm not gonna say it upset me, just like I'm not letting you upset me. You know what I mean? I don't tend to get upset over things like that. But what I did say.
Well, you just not talk about a nigga wake-up call. And
wait a minute. Larry Elder didn't even ask him whether he was a Democrat or Republican. Charlemagne's about to go to that part. And you notice Charlemagne said, well, I don't really get upset, just like I didn't let you upset me. Charlemagne is one of these guys that talks out of both sides of his neck. And he's used to doing this to a bunch of rappers who are 18, 19, 20 years old. And he just talks a bunch of BS. Charlemagne has been a clown. Been a clown for years. He's one of these people that participate and contribute to the circus that the hip hop culture has become. He's one of the main ones. This is a 50-year-old man who just sits there and plays games with people. And he knows how to pretend. The same way Larry Elder knows how to sprinkle in the dominant society, to misdirect and to deflect. It's the same thing Charlemagne does. He's just used to doing it with rappers. Now, this is where the COON on COON violence gets very interesting because in all intended purposes, Larry Elder back on Charlemagne. You can look right now. Charlemagne, he don't really know what to say because you was there when he said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And I was also there when Charlemagne told Hillary Clinton, do you like hot sauce? And she said, yeah. For reals, massa? So it's the same thing. What do you feel about that, bro?
Well, the funny thing about it is Larry Elder, you could see the bell went off in his head. Yes. So he knew that. Well, number one, Charlemagne is smart, but Charlemagne ain't smart in all things.
Facts.
So he is able to get up there and he walked into a conversation he wasn't ready for. Larry Elder is an old pro at protecting his cooler. So you understand what I'm saying? He's
bro, you gotta say that again, family. That's an exclusive, bro. I gotta hear that back.
Yeah, Larry Elder is an old pro at hiding at defending his coon. And see what he does is he will he's perfected it. It's okay, I can defend it. So what he's doing now is Charlemagne, I'm gonna just throw you on in the pot. So what he does is while you're trying to ask me questions to make me look like a coon, let me go ahead and just push you off this cliff real quick into the coon abyss. because you just sat up there and let that man sit there on your platform and tell all of Black America, if we don't have any kind of understanding about ourselves to vote for Trump or him, we ain't Black.
Damn.
While,
Damn.
you know, so yeah, so Charlemagne, well, I didn't let it accept me. I didn't let it upset me. What? The fact that this man is insulting an entire group of people. This is no longer about Charlemagne. And on top of that, Joe Biden wasn't on the Breakfast Club for Charlemagne. He was on the Breakfast Club to talk to Black people. So the fact that he just cowardly sidestepped Larry Elder's true persecution of him is just a testament to how worthless of a Black man in our society Charlemagne really is.
Absolutely worthless. Family, what you got right here, I like how you said it, brother. You got the seasoned, the OG coon. You got the Motown coon, and then you got the hip-hop coon. And that's what you got. You got the Larry Elder got the old coon straight out of the 1970s. Straight up. He got that type of tap dancing. Charlemagne got that like 1990s kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? This is what you're seeing. I'm telling everybody, cooning is literally a religion to these folks. They study it, they watch it, they operate the same. Once you've seen one, you done seen them all. This is exactly what you're seeing. So you're seeing this back and forth. This is literally like the video I was just showing a minute ago that I thought was them. I'm sorry. It was kind of close to them. It's very much the same thing. These people, they have that type of element where they know how to go back and forth. So you're seeing two different tactics from two different plantations with two different decades and generations of tap dancing going at it right here. And I'm all for it. Proceed.
And it seemed to me that should have been a wake-up call on your part to have a white guy come in here who also said, by the way, about Mitt Romney, because he didn't want to put more regulations on Wall Street, going to put y'all back in chains. And Joe Biden has lied for decades about his civil rights record, claiming that he desegregated movie theaters and restaurants in Wilmington, Delaware, when he didn't do any of that. He lied and said that he tried to visit Nelson Mandela during apartheid South Africa. He did not. And he came in here and told you aren't even Black unless you think a certain kind of way. It seemed to me that should have been a nigga wake-up call for you, but it wasn't.
I mean, no, for the record, I'm not a Democrat or Republican.
I didn't say you were.
I think both.
I don't know what you are. I never even asked you about your party. I'm just saying that you are Black. And have a white guy come in here and tell you have to say that.
No, whoa, real quick. Notice how they start talking about who's Black and who's not, okay? This is why I always tell people, you got to be certified at the end of the day. I don't give a damn if your ass is 3 shades darker than midnight. These guys do not associate themselves with Blackness that's mind, body, and soul, mentally, physically, spiritually at all. Their Blackness is only meant to serve the Democratic plantation or the Republican plantation. And neither one of these guys consider themselves like us until it's time to throw back and forth. So I want you to notice how Larry Elder, Mr. He ain't Black his damn self, is checking Charlemagne for not being Black. This is the crazy part. And Charlemagne, who's not Black, is checking Larry Elder for not being Black. But neither one of these folks really genuinely represent the greater goods of the community. It's a damn shame. Like I said, man, it's real out here.
I think of family. Way, otherwise you quote
real quick.
Wow. Talk to me, brother.
I want to point out something that Charlemagne just did.
Yeah.
Now, if Blackness was an airplane, Charlemagne just jumped out of the plane without a parachute.
About 17,000 feet, bro.
He just jumped straight out of Blackness because I guess he figures the Democrats to ground. So let me get down there as fast as I possibly can. Because, well, you know, as a Black man, because Larry Elder setting him up as a Black, because Larry Elder knows why he's doing what he's doing. So as a Black man, well, you know, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. Dude, he's up here talking to you as these are supposed to be, boy, Larry Elder, boy, he lambasted Charlemagne. This is embarrassing, and you got your brain embarrassed by Larry Elder. But nonetheless, Charlemagne is literally throwing Blackness away for some reason, while in the conversation of being Black and understanding Blackness, he threw that all out the window to talk about political affiliation. Which political affiliation has nothing to do with the plight of Black folks. So Charlemagne, again, the cowardly Charlemagne That was absolutely wicked and evil. Because that's a purposeful thing. Because instead of invoking a black issue, he's talking about the damn Democrats and Republicans. Yeah, you can go on, brother. Jesus.
Hey, you know what this looked like? This looked like the old boxer that knows all the little techniques, and versus the young boxer who ain't seasoned. He's getting his old school Sambo ass whooping right now. That's what's really happening. You're seeing the old COON take off on the younger COON, and it's all to our humor because we over here laughing because that's the only thing we're supposed to do whenever you see this Sambo on Sambo violence.
Should I reply to him, you think?
What I just now said, how dare you insult me and tell me I think as a human being, let alone as a black person? I don't tell you how to think, Joe Biden. How dare you come in here and tell me how I should think? I'm going to vote for Donald Trump if I want to vote for Donald Trump. And if I want to vote for Donald Trump, it does not make me not black. 20% of black people, black men, as I said, voted for Donald Trump in 2020. Are they not black now? So only 80% of black men walking around are really black, 20% are not because they voted for Donald Trump. How insulting is that? How condescending is that?
I mean,
now, can you pause real quick, brother?
Well, I did.
As I said,
talk to me,
brother. Okay, first off, a W that you already know has a poor track record with you comes up to you and tells you what you should think about him or this other individual. Are you just willing to just go with what they say? I mean, this brother says, well, what should I have said? What should you, brother? Somebody gonna come talk to you in some disrespectful manner. I don't think I'm gonna wait for you to ask somebody, man, what should I do?
Right, you should respond. All the responses is on the table. It's easy. How you don't know how to respond to that?
And he's a journalist. Now, mind you, Charlemagne the God on the Breakfast Club on this platform, which is on BT, Viacom. You're signing big contracts because you supposedly know your business. But in this instance, in journalism and interviewing a political candidate, you didn't know what to do. And you're asking Larry Elder, another political candidate, what to do. Now, when Larry Elder responds, watch Charlemagne. Larry Elder, I hate to say it, but he dismantled Charlemagne, and he did it brilliantly. But
Charlemagne's been very embarrassed, brother. He's been very embarrassed because like 99% of people out there have been saying that. I don't care from the Democrats to the Republicans to people like us who just certified. Everybody has pretty much been on the same consensus is that Elder destroyed him. And Charlemagne went back. Charlemagne's gonna start getting aggressive now and mad and stuff. He's gonna be in his Sambo feelings because he took this one right here publicly. And matter of fact, to your point, this is what he's about to do right here. Watch everything Zilla just said. Watch Charlemagne follow it up right here.
Him in that moment, you know, it's just about me wanting something from my people. And I want to know what is he going to do for my people. And not only for my people now, how are you going to atone for the things you've done to my people?
Right.
That's it.
Right. And this is a guy, Joe Biden, who, when he first got into the Senate, hung out with segregationists, talked about how well he got along with them, talked about how he didn't want integration because of a jungle. This guy has made all sorts of insulting things to black people, and his policies right now are hurting black people. Inflation hurts the people at the bottom more than anything else. Letting a bunch of illegal aliens into the border are hurting black people more than anybody else, as I said earlier. He's opposed to school choice when he has his own kids in private school, and we lost a year, almost 2 years of in-school education in California because of COVID that he supported. I mean, this guy has done monstrous things to black people, and then for him to come in here and tell you how you ought to think of the black person.
Now, that right there, family, proves our point to the 10. Charlemagne sat there and just said all these things where I just want for my people. Notice he said my people again. Once again, I want everybody to notice that blackness or my people or any word that includes the community only comes up when it's used as a weapon or a talking piece against the other party. They're not really meaning. Charlemagne didn't ask for anything for his people because everything he just said to Larry Elder, he could have easily said to Joe Biden, but he didn't. He had his opportunity. He knows what it was. Joe Biden was there, and he chose to go ahead and let Joe Biden say that stuff the same way he chose to allow Hillary Clinton to talk about hot sauce, and he just kept it moving because at the end of the day, one of the things they have to do is that they got to make it look like they down with us, because if you strip away blackness from a Democratic shield, then they don't have anything. They got one job. That job is to fool black people into voting for either the Democrats or the Republicans. The only way that they can fool black people is to make it feel as if they are a black person. In reality, mentally, they're not down with us. They don't even see themselves. Everyone knows it. Charlemagne, Larry Elder, Roland Martin, Angela Rye, none of them people identify with us or even feel that they're black people. None of them do. And if they had their opportunity to not be black, they'd sign up right now and be gone. But for the position and the job they have, their skin is very, very vital to that, because without black skin, how the hell they gonna fool us to vote? They can't come around and say, yo, I'm what's up, dog, I'm with you. They can't come around and say, as a black man. They can't come around and say, my community. So if they can't say that, then they don't have access to our community centers. They don't have access to these churches that they go around to. They don't have access to any of these hip-hop summits that they show up in, speaking in black accent. So what do a Democratic shield or Republican shield, what do they have if their blackness is stripped away from them? They've lost the biggest tactic they have to fool us, and that's their skin color. That's why I always say, just because you got black skin don't mean your ass is in. And the quicker we get to the point where we tell folks, I'm of this elk. If Joe Biden can run around and tell us if we don't vote for him, we ain't black, then I can tell Charlemagne, Larry Elder, Kamala Harris, and Barack Obama, you ain't black. How you feel about this, brother?
No, I totally agree. And the fact that we have a bunch of imposters running around here in the first place, with the whole, because I have a feeling that they're going to be trying to do the whole reemergence or rebirth of Kamala Harris's blackness.
It's coming.
It's coming. And because I'm already starting to hear people trying to do that now. And it's like, she's not. Number one, you're going to have to get her father to say he's black. And that man will not tell you that. So he's Jamaican. And so what she is the first Jamaican Indian vice president. She is not a black. And so this is where the lie has been allowed to just stay. And it goes unchecked because we didn't have the voice before. You understand? We did not have that the platforms and the unified platforms with the unified voice to really push back against that type of narrative and just straight out lying. Because Kamala Harris, they're trying to reinvent her now because that's your best bet. They're trying to talk about how, well, if you guys do this, you can get Hakeem Jeffries to be the first black American speaker or whatever. Like, who cares? He ain't did nothing for us.
Barack Obama 2.0.
Facts. And do everything for everybody else and never do anything for black folks. But now because he's black, let's go vote for him. Hell no. We've done that before. And again, and just think of black folks. The black folks that voted for Barack Obama. Do y'all remember, especially the first go around, when all of that running into his election was all about his grandma? I
remember.
Go ahead. I'm telling you, it was all about that old white woman, about that old Carolyn Bryant's cousin. I mean, just to put it in perspective. And so here we made it a big old thing. Oh, he loves his grandma. Right. And that's what made him safe for everyone else. Not only that, you got absolute anti-black crime Joe Biden as your running mate. And black folks were convinced to literally vote someone in office that they knew pinned the destruction of their families. Because so many people have been touched by mass incarceration, it ain't funny. So to even bring that up now, I'm hearing people now starting to talk about, well, it doesn't really matter. But what I'm also hearing is some of the right wingers, they're really trying to keep conversations as anything pertaining to what they call woke, or when they actually have to mention black, now they're always trying to tell everybody and put this narrative out here that somehow reparations is a democratic issue. No, reparations is a foundational Black American lineage issue. Has nothing to do with a party. Whatever party is looking about talking about reparations, well, now it's time for you to come to the table and come deal, because it's purse first, ass last.
Brother, I'm glad you pointed that out, because I've been seeing that. And that's one of the tactics that show you that these two groups, two political parties, work together.
Facts.
And they work together really with osmosis without even really having to talk to each other. They're trying to take reparations and make it a Democrat thing. I'm seeing Republicans come out and say things like, well, you Democrats want to give them reparations. Obama wants to give you reparations. No, the hell they don't. No, the hell they don't. As a matter of fact, the Democrats are just as anti-reparations as the Republicans are. But that's their way to try to cripple the reparations movement, is by putting that jacket on the Democrats. Because if they can put it on the Democrats and then they can defeat the Democrats with that type of belief or that type of thought process, the next thing you know, reparations is going to slide with it. So this is why it is very, very, very important for us to make sure that reparations, as seen as what you just said, it is about Black grassroots. It does not belong to the Democratic Party. It does not belong to the Republican Party, the Green Party, the orange, the lavender, the teal, none of that. It belongs to foundational Black Americans and the Black grassroots, and we are not open to anybody that is not serving our agenda. The moment that they attach that policy to another party, that policy is going to be gone with the wind, and they're going to do that together, and they're going to do that collectively, and they think they slick. They really think they're slick. I was seeing some stuff just not too long ago, brother. It came across my line where it was conservative, just like you're saying, and it was conservative, and he was going off. He was saying, y'all want to give these woke politics and reparations to these Black folks, y'all Democrats, and I'm sitting there thinking, we catch just as much hell from the Democratic Party with reparations as we do Republicans with reparations. We're not going to allow them to make reparations a Democratic Party policy, because next thing you know, Joe Biden and them are going to run around on some type of fake, we gave it to y'all, or we support y'all. Here's another study for 333 years. You did?
Right. We're
not on that type of time. And I'm glad you threw me that alley-oop, family, because Larry Elder was just talking all that stuff about Black statistics and crime and his Becky Sue girlfriend, wife, and revolvers, all that stuff that he was just talking about to Charlemagne. This is when the conversation took a turn. So all the people out there that made 101 reaction videos and they were bigging up Larry Elder, saying how he's an OG and he's down with us. Now watch when it flips and the conversation of reparations comes up. The only person that made any sense in the whole conversation is our sister Teslin. Salute to our big much love to our sister Teslin. She was the only one that was speaking from a Black grassroots level. So I want you to understand her energy that is of the Black grassroots. And then I want you to hear the Charlemagnes, and then I want you to hear the Larry Elders, and even the DJ Envies. This is where the conversation starts taking that turn, and this is where they start trying to play pity-pat, tug-of-war, Democrat, Republican with our reparations claim, something that we are not going to allow them to do. It belongs to us because it's owed to us. So check this out right here, family. This is when the reparations conversation starts to blow up, and this is when you're going to hear the real deal about how they really feel about foundational Black America.
I asked, what system did we create? What financial
Okay, let's talk about the system of one of the largest. Thank you. One of the systems of one of the largest cities in America, Baltimore. Freddie Gray died in police custody a few years ago. The mayor was Black. The head of the police department was Black. Number two,
not in charge of the system. But go ahead.
Number two person in charge of the police department was Black. All of city council, Democrats, majority Black.
Still not in charge of the system.
Wow.
That's a position.
6 officers charged. 3 of them were Black. The judge before whom 2 of the officers tried the case found him not guilty was Black.
Still not in charge of the system.
The city intendant of public schools was Black. The county superintendent of public schools was Black. The attorney general at the time, Loretta Lynch, was Black, as was the president of the United States, was Black. And yet,
still not in charge of the system. I asked you a simple question, sir.
Well, Wanda Sykes said,
Whoa. First off, salute to our sister because she's G-checking them, because he's talking about reparations, but he ain't talking about the system. See, he feels if he can deny the system of supremacy, then he can deny any aspect or symptom of that system. Okay, what she keeps doing, and I was glad she did it because I was sitting here thinking the same thing. The more he tries to say that, what she's doing is saying, well, no. We talk about system. You can name all these Black faces in high places, but that really equates to nothing when you start talking about the game. And I love how she's putting that down. And another thing that I noticed, just 20 seconds ago, this man was talking all this, I'm blackity black. This is what we say. They only use their Blackness as weapons for political gain. They don't use their Blackness as social gain for black people. They use it as a political gain for their party that they represent. Just a minute ago, he was talking about black households and mass incarceration, and he questioned Charlemagne. You didn't say nothing to Joe Biden about being black, and he was right. Charlemagne didn't say nothing. But here's the thing. You say that, and then you turn around and you go on a whole spiel about how reparations is not belonging to us. There's no systemic racism, and you denounce every single aspect of black living in the 21st, the 20th, the 19th, the 18th, the 17th, and the 16th century. This right here is cooning to the maximum. So I don't want to hear nobody talking about how Larry Elder's cool because of a 2-minute clip where he G-checked another Sambo. When one Sambo G-checks another Sambo, that don't make that Sambo a friend of us. And I'll let this play out, brother. Then I know I'll let you work. I'm sure you caught a bunch.
When Barack Obama got elected, how are you going to complain about the man when you are the man? Now, from the president to the attorney general to the state attorney to the mayor to the head of the police department to the commission of the schools in the city and in the county to the majority of city council in that city, all of them are black. And you're still saying that we don't run anything?
Okay, here we go, brother.
Okay, so
you know, he tried to fast talk her too. He just tried to talk over everything she's saying.
And see, because again, the thing about it is, Larry Elder is well aware of Teslin's affiliation with the grassroots, so he has to try to get past her as much as possible, and he's trying. But see, she's stuck. She put him in a corner. Because the question is addressing what system we created. And so he's, well, you know, look at these positions. And well, I'm trying to answer your question. No. And that's why she kept cutting him off, because all he was doing is listing off positions. She didn't ask him about were there black faces in high places. She asked him about the systems that were put in place by black people. And he completely sidestepped it, which is an admission by way of omission, because you're purposely ignoring something. And that's all he was doing. So that means that he's very well aware that there is a system called white supremacy that was created in America, that was created and had all intents and an intended purpose of being the promoter and progenitor of anti-blackness globally. So let's just really look at what he's trying to do. This is the cowardly coon of Elder, what do you say? Got to watch these old things, because Larry Elder right now is pulling that move on a grand scheme, and really it's just sad. It is really sad, but also I'm glad that he did get his wake-up call, because at the end of the day, you know, while he went on the Breakfast Club, that's great for the grassroots agenda. And I noticed right-wingers and they're all trying to make it political. But this particular part has nothing to do with politics, other than what are you going to do for those people's vote? And watch these different little commentators out here try to get that conversation away from having to talk to us.
They're avoiding us at every stop, ain't they?
Yeah, he is.
And they know that we're on one. They know that we're on one and we're pushing along. And this is what's got them super, super, super shook. I'm going to play more because I got another clip that he does. Mind you, there was so much off-coded nonsense being spoke in this whole interview because it was coming from both sides. Like we said, our sister Teslin was the only person there that was speaking of sense. Everybody else was just babbling, Democratic shield babbling, left and right, all the way across the board. I'm going to play this clip right here so everybody can see when you start dealing with these people, they just talk, they talk, and they talk, but ain't nothing being said. And Larry Elder and Charlemagne the Fraud, they are the main ones perpetrating it. Watch this.
Facts. Out of wedlock. and a strong belief in education and a strong belief in entrepreneurship. These are the kind of qualities that make people successful.
You can't blame everything on having a fatherless family, right? Because
I didn't say blaming everything.
I know, but that's what you're saying. You're saying a strong community. But
no, you said that's what I just said. I didn't say that.
You talk about the Asian community. Asian community, it's easy for them to get loans for entrepreneurship. It's easy for them to get loans for houses. Look at our community.
Okay.
If you really want to talk about our community, right? You look at the schools in our community. Some of our schools are the worst, right? But you agree with that? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Which is why
one of the reasons I'm running for president for school choice.
Also, would you say that it's in our community? It's also in our communities heavy food deserts. There's nothing but fast food places that are just killing and destroying that. Would you say that's true?
Boy.
You said it's true. Just ask a question.
You said a number of things. I just addressed one of them about loans. In 1965, Barack Obama, who's in private practice, joined a bunch of other lawyers to file a class action lawsuit against Citicorp, which is headquartered here in New York. 186 black people were applying for loans for mortgages. They didn't get them. And they accused Citicorp of engaging in racism. Citicorp said, no, it's not racism. You have poor credit scores, and we want to make sure we get our money back. Obama joined a bunch of other lawyers, and they sued Citicorp in a class action lawsuit. And Citicorp said, okay, to hell with it. Gave them all loans. And they followed them all up. Daily Caller did a few years later. Almost all of them lost their home. Several of them filed for bankruptcy. One of them even said, you know, when you don't qualify for a loan, maybe we shouldn't get a loan. Well, duh. It wasn't true that black people were not getting loans. Plus, there are all sorts of black-owned community banks around the country. And it turns out the turn-down rate when you apply for a loan at a community bank was even higher because they had less capital and they couldn't afford to loan money to risky people. It is just
bullshit. Bull. There ain't another word in the English language that fits better. Bullshit, and he knows that's bullshit. See, I don't believe what the fuck he's saying. Okay, let's just say that straight up and down, family.
Right.
He don't believe the bullshit that he's talking. All right.
He can't.
He may sit there and talk that in all these different phrases. He may try to fast talk, speed talk, dodge, deflect, and everything. He know goddamn well everything he said was a lie because the same statistics that he loves to cite over and over and over again show you the absolute opposite. When you start talking about any type of sociology report or any criminology report, you see that everything that he says is a goddamn lie. So when you start talking about phone, he basically said, and notice, fam, he started talking about Obama in another good light. So he flip-flops with Obama. One minute he's dogging Obama, next minute he's praising Obama. Right. And what does he do that with? Whenever he can use Obama against black people, so he can put his narrative of no more racism. He says, well, Barack Obama was the president, man. He's a great guy. He's been the president. No more racism. But then whenever he wants to stick to the black folks, he can say, well, Obama didn't do anything for you. We don't fuck with Obama. We don't fuck with him. So this thing where they're always trying to put somebody on us and we keep rejecting. Now, back in the old days, black folks would fall for that shit. And they'd be like, yeah, you know, we do rock with them. No. The thing is that no matter who they're trying to throw at us, we keep throwing that shit back at them. And Barack Obama, 1-point hoe, 2-point hoe, 3-point hoe, 5-point hoe, all them hoes ain't not near one of them supportive of us, and therefore we haven't been supportive of them for the longest. That's the black grassroots effect. So big facts about who gets loans and who doesn't get loans. Every sociology report shows you that foundational black Americans do not. And as a matter of fact, the same person that he's talking about, when you look at Donald Trump, the same person he serves, when he bows down to massa, Donald Trump, Donald Trump's whole family was in trouble for redlining black folks out of situation, literally putting on black families. This is well documented. So on one hand, he's talking about how black folks just don't get loans because, you know, it's just a big mistake and a big coincidence. But yet the same person that he's trying to push for his massahood is one of the people that have actually stopped foundational black Americans from getting loans based on what? Systemic, anti-foundational black American racism. No more, no less. What you got to say about that, brother?
Well, you know, with banking and my history there, I can unequivocally say that's bullshit. You know, let me tell you something. Anti-blackness, we're talking about banking in America.
Yes.
Do you know how far back those ties go?
Man,
I don't think anybody really understands that part. It's like you're talking about where slavers were holding their money. Some of these people have had ledgers in banks being held because the companies that own these large interests in this country or company owned by General Electric, but in this country, certain interests are owned by certain families, and they do still have their ledgers. You know, these are things that I can honestly say in my history and my career, I've literally seen. That's why now, if you noticed, because there was a time when people could say, oh, well, there wasn't there's no way to know who had what. What you talking about? You thought they would get rid of those ledgers? Are you out of your mind?
Right.
That is like the greatest accomplishment of these people. No, they put them in safe places for safekeeping. I just had a high clearance at the time. But I will say this: you best believe these banks go way, way, way back. To some had their origins before the founding of what you know as America. But slavery was piping hot. So just put that in perspective. Before this country is what you know it, slavery was on and popping. So everything that's going on here is tied to that. And you'll have these Larry elders coming out here talking about, well, I don't think we should worry about reparations because it's stupid. No, it isn't. It's very much anybody that establishes the hub of capitalism. That's us, family. And to not get us right is a travesty amongst travesties and is a sin amongst sins. So with people like Larry Elder, he know what he's doing, but time is running short on the coon train. I mean, them tools might not be getting as oiled as they used to be.
Woo,
so hey, yeah.
This summer been a hell of a lot of tools getting tossed on that corner. I mean, you go down the list. It don't matter what line of entertainment you in, whether you in the politics or you in the singing, dancing, tap dancing, whatever. These tools have been getting broken and tossed. Anybody who's just now joining, I want you to go back to the beginning of the video, and we played the clip of literally today where Larry Elder has been denied access to the debates for the Republicans.
Hey, you might need to play that again, brother.
I'll play that again, family, because he was playing. He was saying there's all types of issues. So the same guy who's denying systemic racism, systemic discrimination, or systemic prejudice against foundational Black Americans, he wasn't crying none of that stuff when he was sitting there, saying, well, they didn't let me in now, and they was wrong with it is. Nah. So you go all the way back to the beginning of this video, family, which I'm about to play it in a minute because we're going to get that update. Larry Elder, breaking news, has been denied access to the debates for the Republican Party, and he's running for president. And he gave all of these different instances where he said somebody sent in a $20 gift certificate, and that was okay. So basically, Larry Elder has found out that he's not even worth a $20 gift certificate. That is how worthless, low budget, shameful these coons are, whether that's the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. Let me say that one more time, double back. Larry Elder found out today that he is not even worth a $20 gift certificate, and that gift certificate wasn't even from Walmart. I heard it from the Family Dollar. Which ain't even a real Family Dollar. So he found out what his worth is to that same zaddy that he's been chasing for that whole damn time. We ain't got to break the tools because the supremacists will break the tools, and all we do is we just sit back and we watch it happen. Let's proceed and break it down further. Some of the BS that he's talking, some of the nonsense, and then we're going to run it back with how he's complaining and how he's crying about how he's been treated today. So what they say, it was all good a week ago. This was a week ago, and then we go play how he's feeling today, and it ain't that good.
That's not the case. The reason for the plight of the Black community is because people were not lending money to them. Just not true.
That's not true. But hold on 1 second, Charlamagne. What's not true? You're about facts of 1965, right? Let's talk 2023, right?
I said 1995.
1995. Let's talk 2023, right? My son will be successful in real estate and successful in buying a house. You know why?
Because of you. Because of you.
Owns a house, right? But my father,
because of you and the drive, because of you and the drive you put into it.
Not own houses.
Because of you and the drive you put into it.
We're not gonna have a conversation.
You're not even appreciating what you've done to your son.
I just asked you a question. I just let you speak.
All right. Okay.
Let me have a conversation. When we talk about it, right? It's hard to fight. our community to get loans, right? Not just because of poor credit scores, it's because of where the areas are. You talked about the Asian community. A lot of the Asian community have their own banks and they're able to process and get their own banks. There's not too many African American branches that are able to give out money. So that's one. Then let's talk about getting grants for schools. They're not even giving grants for schools at the rate that they're giving grants for white people. And let's talk about when they talk about entrepreneurship, they are giving so much money to these white and Asian kids and Asian people doing it, and a 1,000 times less than our community. Will you agree to any of that?
No, I don't. I don't agree with virtually any of what you just now said.
Damn. Hold on. He said, I don't believe nothing you just said. That's what we say.
Wow.
Have to make sense. There's two types of things at play here. You have Larry Elder, who ain't trying to hear none of that because he has an agenda of tap dancing. But at the same time, you have DJ Envy. Now, mind you, DJ Envy was the same person saying, really? When Hillary Clinton said she liked hot sauce. So what you're seeing is you seeing Sambo on Sambo, bootlick on bootlick crime. And they're only referencing foundational Black Americans because they have to try to get us to vote. What this is, family, this is a battle for the Black vote. This isn't the battle for the welfare of our people. This isn't a battle for the uplifting of our people. This is just two off-coded bootlicks going at each other to see which one can con foundational Black Americans. But I have a news flash for them. Neither one of them can, because this is the certified Black grassroots era. And I'm going to play this a week ago, and then I'm going to bring it on back to how he's feeling today. Then I got one of my other brothers who's about to come up on the stage.
Turn down rate for a white applicant for a mortgage is higher than the turn down rate for a Japanese or Chinese applicant for a mortgage. Now, are you telling me that banks are discriminating against white and in favor of Asian Americans? It's because their credit scores are better. They often live below their means. They save more, even when they're making the same amount of money than Black people do. If you have poor credit score, you're not going to get a loan. Period. End of statement. Even the head of Urban League, a Black man once said that if you have poor credit score, you're not going to get a loan. End of statement.
Sir,
yes.
Let's just when you were talking about crime, you weren't prepared to talk about disproportion. You talked about how it was more Black people that was doing it, and then you talked about how we're the smaller, other population. The same applies.
Whoa. Hey, salute to our sister. She just got him right there. She said, well, when you start talking about crime, you ain't trying to get into proportionate and totalities. Then all of a sudden, you just give us a large lump sum macro number. But now, when you start talking about loans, now you want to start getting into proportions and all that. This is what it is when you see through the bullshit. And if you are not able to see through the bullshit, these coons and these tap dancers will take advantage. Our sister right there, she caught it. She said, you're not going to sit here and flip-flop from totality to percentage whenever it suits you, the same way you flip-flop from being Black to being dark white whenever it fits you. Salute to her for that. And I'm going to let our sister rock.
Applies also to the loans. It's more white people than it is Black people. You seem to pick and choose.
I'm talking about the rate. I'm talking about the rate.
Whatever it is. The bottom line is it's more white people than it is Black people. And so if more Black people are not getting loans disproportionately, it seems you don't only want to apply the disproportion to the conversation when it benefits your talking point.
I'm not sure you understood.
Which is why they say,
I'm not sure you understood. I'm not sure you understood my point. That's why I mentioned in 1995 when 186 Black people who were not getting loans filed a class action lawsuit claiming that they were denied the loan because of racism. Citicorp said, okay, here are your loans. The reason I wasn't giving you the loans is because we're afraid you weren't going to be able to pay them back.
I'm not talking about
Fast forward,
this,
they weren't able to pay them back, which proves the Citicorp point.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about
I know
that.
you're not.
Because inconvenient. I'm talking about your response to Envy when you said more white people get approved for loans.
Since you like numbers, Washington Post said Black Americans have the highest denial rates for purchase and refinance of loans, according to Home Mortgage Disclosures Act.
Because of their credit score.
And all credit scores are the same. 15% of Hispanic loan applicants were denied, compared with about 11% of white and 10% of Asian applicants with same.
I thought he knew all the numbers now. He just sat there and riled out all the numbers. But now he's being confronted with actual numbers and he don't know what to say. What you feel about that, brother?
Ooh, and Envy had to pull out the stats on him. I'm glad he did. So it's good because Larry's talking points are usually for the stupid because he talks to a bunch of snuff spitting hicks, and that's who he caters to while he talks about Black folks. So they don't give a crap. They'll just anything negative about Black folks they'll buy into. But this doesn't fly when you're dealing with the truth, baby.
Notice how when Tesla started getting them, he just flipped. Like he didn't even acknowledge what she said because he knows that would have been a TKO straight up and down. So he jumped right around what she said. And we all sitting here hearing what she's saying, and she's roasting them. She's roasting them heavy. And then what happens? He just denies it and talks around it. And I like she said, whatever you saying. See, when he was trying to say and talk fast or whatever, she said, listen, I don't give a damn about none of that. Answer what I just said. And then here come the numbers, and then here come more roast.
Credit scores. And that's Washington Post, since you love numbers so much, and I know you do love numbers. That's coming from the Washington Post. That's 2023, not 1995.
I can show you a study that says the opposite.
Let me ask you a question. Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, and I'm pretty sure everybody who just caught a RICO with him in Georgia, they all had fathers. They still ended up in jail. How did that happen?
Nobody
Well, let
said
me
nobody said if you have a father you won't go to jail. And nobody said if you didn't have a father you were going to jail. My father never.
But
knew
guess
it.
what you did say,
Can-
Mr.
can-
Elder?
can-
I'm sorry, respectfully.
May I answer
No, let
his
me just say
question?
this. Guess what you did
May
say.
I
I'm
answer his
going to help you
question?
because I know.
Let him finish his statement.
Okay.
My father never knew his biological father. He got thrown out of the house when he was 13 years old. 8th grade dropout, Jim Crow South, Athens, Georgia. Fast forward, my dad cleaned toilets, 2 full-time jobs cleaning toilets when I was growing up. Went to night school to get his GED, and then after that, he went to night school to learn how to operate a small restaurant. Age of 47, my dad saves his nickels and dimes from his job, starts a small restaurant near downtown LA. Fast forward, he retires in his 80s. He owned that restaurant. He owned property next door, plus the house that's still in our family. Not too shabby for somebody who did not know his biological father. It's not a death sentence. You still have choices. It's just much, much more difficult to raise a child on your own. Even Tupac Shakur said, I know for a fact.
Oh.
Wow.
This man just said even
Wow.
Did he do a Tupac?
Wow. Wow. See,
Man,
that's
man.
yeah, he getting desperate now because Tesla's on his ass. And that shows he was feeling the heat from Tesla. So Tupac, I'll throw Tupac out there. Let me get some cred back.
Hey, brother. Now, when he got caught in that case with his Becky Sue, he quoted being from South Central, right?
Show did.
And now, when Teslin is lighting him up, he quotes Tupac. So do you see that he understands when to pull from the black pot when he's in danger? When he's in danger with Becky Sue, that gun he pulled on her, then all of a sudden it's, I'm from South Central. I don't do that. And then when Teslin says, what about these numbers that you put on the table that ain't real? Then all of a sudden it's just like a Tupac. And he called him Tupac. He called him Tupac. He called that man Tupac. So it shows you everything we say, family. We ain't got to get upset with anything because at the end of the day, whatever we say ends up happening, and they just show us once again. Now, with that said, family, go ahead. I want to ask you, family. Let me ask you.
Go ahead. No, I was just that Tupac thing. That Tupac thing, that's an ode to like how white folks be acting like they can't pronounce our names.
Exactly.
That's what he did that for. But go
brother,
ahead,
that's what I was about to ask. That's literally what I was about to ask you, brother. I said, doesn't that sound like a play when they'll purposely mess up our names and be like, Shaquanda, Rita, Marquise song? You be like, man, you know goddamn well what our name is. Quit playing with me. I ain't even lying to you, brother. I'm not lying. I had somebody tell me, they said black alphabet. Brother, I'm not playing.
Alphabet?
Somebody said black alphabet. And it was a W, and they was like, the Black Alphabet Network, you know, goddamn well,
right?
What my name is. So
wow,
nice. That's that old school though, brother. That's that 19. I don't even know what era that is, brother. That might be the 1800s. You know what I'm saying?
Or since been.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, brother. So since we on it, so family, that was a week ago. Okay, that was a week ago. Now let's talk about some of the hard times that he's came in. Now it was all good just a week ago. Okay, right. This is how fast these tools get broken. So they be out here tap dancing, and as quick as they can tap dance, as quick as they can pull out the butter biscuits or the banjo, just as quick as the dominant society can snap them tools. And as we say on the Black Alpha Network, put them on the counter like it's trash day. Thanks. This was Mr. Larry Elder, Mr. I can't keep my Becky Sue, Mr. There ain't no such thing as systemic racism, Mr. It's all made up. This was him just earlier today complaining about how he has been denied access to the Republican debates. So AKA he found out that he is not even worth a $20 gift certificate card from the $. Here we go.
You can see I'm at LAX en route to Milwaukee. I was just informed by the RNC that I'm not qualified for the debate. Why? Even though I exceeded the 40,000 individual donations required, even though I signed the pledge to support the eventual nominee, even though I submitted 3 polls where I was at least at 1%, I was informed that one of the polls is not eligible. It's the Rasmussen poll, even though it was the most accurate poll in predicting that Donald Trump would win in 2016.
Wait a minute, Zilla, is he saying that he did everything right and was still denied?
Yes, sir, he did. And you know, like Envy just read off the numbers and said, well, no, these people had the same credit score and they were getting denied. Well, you did everything right. What would be the reason, Larry?
It's funny how they don't ever understand systemic racism till it comes knocking on their door. It's a funny damn game, family. And then they always come to us. Let's be honest with you, brother. This video right here, who's this video for? He knows this video is not for the dominant society because that's the same society that broke him and got his ass stuck at the airport. So this video is not for them. This video is for us. He's coming to us the same way Omarosa came to us, Stacey Dash came to us, Roland Martin came to us. They always come, OJ Simpson. They always come back around to us, and then they want us to assist them. So the same community that they spit on is the same community they want help from, and they do not like that in this era. We're saying, nah, you on your own. Hold your own butter biscuit
nuts.
Hold your own butter biscuit nuts. Here we go.
They say it is affiliated with Donald Trump, and therefore it is not eligible. And I said to Ronna McDaniel, the chairwoman of the RNC, it's not affiliated with me. She said any poll affiliated with any candidate is not eligible. And no one told me that until just now. So we're filing an emergency injunction to get me up there. This is absolutely BS. One of the candidates, by the way, offered a $20 gift certificate for a $1 donation. That apparently is okay. Another one offered a free, air quotes, country western concert for a $1 donation. That apparently is okay. Another one offered a commission to prospective donors to get other prospective donors. That apparently is okay. But I did it the old-fashioned way, asking people to support me by going to LarryElder.com, and that is not okay.
One more time.
That apparently is okay. Another one offered a free, air quotes, country BS. One of the candidates, by the way, offered a $20 gift certificate for a $1 donation. That
one person offered a $20 gift certificate for a $1
$1 donation.
Okay, that's the first one.
Apparently is okay. Another one offered a free, air quotes, country western concert for a $1 donation.
Someone else offered a free, air quotes, country and western concert shit, whatever the hell. Jason Aldean. Okay, that didn't work.
That apparently is okay. Another one offered a commission to prospective donors to get other prospective donors. That apparently is okay. But I did it the old-fashioned.
And the other person offered a commission to donors, and none of that worked, and it all went back to the same exact thing, and that is Larry Elder knows exactly what we say, and that is that he is worth nothing. And it's something that we always say on the Black Alpha Network, and I'm going to continue to say it, and I've been saying it for years, online, offline. He is becoming racially homeless, okay?
Yep.
He can't come around here because there's no home for him because he done tap danced his way right on out the door and got ran off the block. And apparently the dominant society don't want him around no more. He got ran off that block. So when you can't go to Massa's plantation and certified Black society and the FBA compound don't want you no more, where do you go? I'll tell you where you go. You get stuck in the airport complaining on the video and telling the whole goddamn world that you ain't worth a $20 gift certificate from the Family Dollar store. Damn shame. Now, with that said, family, I got somebody else on here. It looks like it might be Larry Elder. I can't tell. Maybe Larry Elder's tapping in real quick. We're about to find out who this is real quick. Let's see if this is Larry Elder because the damn sure look like him. Hold on.
Good afternoon. This is Larry Elder. We have a country to save. Well, for tonight, we y'all have a coon to save.
Man,
hey, we got to find him in LAX because it looked like he can't get nothing but the red eye.
Dude,
right?
How are you gonna go? Wait, why are you going somewhere that they don't want you?
Ooh, case in point.
I don't understand. I don't understand that. You gonna waste your freaking flyer miles going to Wisconsin for what? He's gonna, you know what? He's gonna petition outside.
That typically happens when they won't let you inside.
Right.
I love how Black people let that man lie to their face for an hour, but like y'all said, him checking Charlemagne was like the highlight.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. You know, the other funny thing about Larry Elder is that he's stuck there, but he's actually he's doing better than some of the other candidates that are being allowed to participate. So it was so crazy. It's like, okay, when you going to finally break down and admit it, brother?
They don't want you. They put you in the trash can.
Let me ask you this question, Gravity, because I know you've been. We talked about it the other day. You've been kind of roasting certain people from that sector of the political world lately.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the desperation right now, family. Tell me about some of the desperation you're seeing right now, because things ain't what they used to be.
Oh my God. Well, listen, I've been saying this since 2020. Whichever side lost, the other side had to. They had to change their viewpoints. They had to get better. Republicans lost. The conservatives lost. Hell of a loss. Okay, cool. You figured they would have said, okay, you know what? We got to do a different strategy. Let's go talk to black folks. There's a lot of black conservatives around. Let's go talk to black folks. Nope. They still running out there saying 13%, 52%.
Wow.
Okay, great. Y'all do know that black violent crime went down 4 percentage points in 2 years, but y'all don't want to highlight that. Yet white crime went up, but y'all don't want to highlight that because you piss off your white base, but we understand why you're doing that. Now you got the new crop of dumb conservatives. That's what I like to call them, dumb conservatives. Now they're getting younger. We got to watch out for that. They're getting younger. They're in their 20s now, and they're in PragerU. We got to watch that. Now they're going to be all over Florida, most places. Then you got now, and Black Alpha, you pointed this out to me a couple months ago. You got the ones that sound like you and Zilla and Afro and Torian, but then you start going down a timeline and they start talking like they switch it up when white folk up in there. Y'all saw what happened to Barrington. You're not gonna go there. Yes, we are. You see how he protected his tweets because
yes, sir.
Talking real nice to white folk about us. And what happened? One of y'all found the picture, even though I had the picture months ago, but one of y'all had the pictures, and you know when y'all do something, it hit different.
Right?
They found the picture. And he had to protect them tweets. So he gone.
Oof.
Which was a beautiful thing, but this next year is going to be fun because I'm telling you this, even if Trump wins, he gets the nomination, he wins. Them dumb conservatives are never going to be trusted again. Never.
No.
Which is a good thing because this is going to get them away, and that's a major obstacle for y'all to get reparations. That's going to be major. Now y'all just got to deal with the white trolls.
Right.
And those are easy.
Easy picking.
So yeah, I could see y'all get y'all reparations by 2028. I could see that if y'all get enough grassroots candidates in there, which will be fun because that celebration. I know how y'all gonna do it. It's gonna be like 2 hours and then y'all gonna get to work. But it's gonna be 2 hours of some of the best content you ever seen in your life because the meltdowns on Twitter. This might break the internet like when MJ died.
Oh yeah.
But please don't tell people what you're gonna do with the money. Please don't.
Oh man.
Yeah,
you know what's so funny too? That you would literally see so many whiny supremacists. Twitter would be absolutely nuts. And they would have a whole new hashtag because you know how they like to do. So it would be the trending hashtag like hashtag this sucks. Hashtag reparations sucks. And then they'll be
hashtag vote out the administration.
Right.
Vote them out.
Oh no, they're gonna have hashtag the end of America.
Welfare checks.
There it is.
They're gonna say America's over. This is what the system has become. You know they love throwing that around.
We're gonna leave. We're gonna go to Canada.
Oh yeah, we're gonna leave.
We're gonna show them. We're gonna go to Canada. We're gonna go to their countries. Have fun. I would love to see a bunch of y'all white folk go over there to the Sudan. I'd love it. Go to Mali. Go to Mali when they take over. I'd love to see that. But y'all's Candace Owens out there. Did you see that, B Dilla?
No,
she says she took her 16 days, but she finally said something about that Montgomery fight.
Really? What did she say?
What do you think she said?
I mean, because it's so hard. It took her weeks to find an angle to make the black folks the wrong people here.
You remember that old 90s song? It's just so hard to not be a coon every day. Oh, she said when she was describing the white folk, oh, she barely used the term white people, white men, barely. Even though she was playing the video. But when it came, do you remember when the three soldiers went up to the boat?
Yes.
Oh, they were black.
Oh,
They were black. Everybody was black. She couldn't understand why right. She couldn't understand why the white woman got hit in the head with the chair. She just negated the fact that she was attacking black men, but we're not gonna get past that. She don't understand why the white women got attacked. She don't understand.
And that's the flip flopper we talk about, though. You know,
I
they
won't
know
talk
how
about.
to flip flop all the time. Let me play this clip for you. I don't know if y'all seen this. Some stuff going on right here down here, me and your backyard right here. Grab right now. This is what's going on where more tools are being broken. More tools are being broken. So I want to play this, and I want y'all to go ahead and comment on this right here. I got to play this quick because this is short. You know them damn shorts be quick as hell.
Of State Attorney
Right here.
Monique Worrell from the 9th Judicial Circuit.
Sanchez out there suspending folks.
I did a broadcast
I am
about that.
The suspension of State Attorney Monique Worrell from the 9th Judicial Circuit effective immediately.
This is an attack on democracy, and everyone, Democrat, Republican, Independent, or otherwise, should be concerned that here in the state of Florida, one person can remove duly elected officials because they are not politically aligned.
This doesn't feel like democracy to me. If people vote for you, they should have you till the end of your term.
The individual who he replaced me with, interestingly, is a local judge, and I guess Ron DeSantis thinks that if he swaps one black person for another, then that will make the voters happy.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that's how it works in the system of supremacy, and that's how it works.
They don't get it.
Democrat or Republican shit. She don't get it. Hey, she said that like surprise, right? Well, if you swap one black person for the next black person, yeah, that's what's been going on in politics since the beginning.
If you're not with their agenda, they're going to swap you out. It's that simple. It's that simple.
And have y'all seen the dude, her replacement?
Yes.
Y'all saw that dude? I was like, oh wow, you wouldn't have found young Ruckus, huh? Young Judge Ruckus.
I'm surprised he ain't go get CJ Pearson.
For real.
He might as well. At least he's a Dave. At least he's a Dave.
Here we go.
That brother said, "Oh, come on." Oh, wow.
Yes, sir. Look at that one down there. I don't understand. It was disgusting. I didn't want to watch it anymore. You probably watched it about 3 times. Come on now. Wow. Come on. That was a beautiful piece of tape.
Wow. And Simone Sanders.
Hey, let me say this.
Johnson alone.
I got to be honest. There are some serious inaccuracies in there because we know all damn well Simone Sanders can't fit on nobody's goddamn lap.
No, so, yeah, you should have had Biden on a slant.
Woo! Hey, yeah, you ain't lying, bro. Like the whole shit going this way. So yeah, so I apologize.
I'm surprised she's still relevant. They sent her to Peacock.
Man. Simone.
Yeah, she was doing a Peacock show. I'm surprised she elevated herself back up to MSNBC.
Oh, you know what? Hey, as you said that, family, you just reminded me. I completely forgot about a year ago, 2 years ago on the Black Alpha Network. I used to call her Simone Manders. It's not Sanders, it's Simone Manders. I got to dust out that old term, man. I forgot all about that. Yeah, so no longer will I call her some or him or they or whatever. No longer will I
use
ever
her pronouns correctly.
Yes, I got to get it right.
Simone
Manders
or right guard.
LT.
Team right.
LT.
Hey, what team?
Where's she? She in DC. She's playing for the Commanders right now.
Commanders. No. Hey, no. It's more suiting for her to put her with the Tennessee Titans.
We'll put her with the Giants.
The Giants.
We'll put her with the Giants.
See, teamwork made the dream work.
Exactly.
Teamwork made the motherfucking dream work.
Oh man.
Do y'all understand how politics can be fun? I keep telling these conservatives this. Y'all got to make politics fun. Y'all just doing videos knocking black folks all day. It's going to get tired very soon because they're going to want to know some things.
Well, they can't answer no questions. See, like with Larry Elder, when he going on with Charlemagne is such a softball for Larry Elder because he could flip it any kind of way he needs to. And, you know, because what Larry Elder did in that interview was very smart. How he would answer things was pigeonholing Charlemagne, because he was forcing Charlemagne to talk about black issues while we understand the Democrats are avoiding black issues.
You want to hear something interesting about that interview though? When they've dropped it, when I first saw it, it was like 2-1 likes to dislikes. When I did my analysis on it, the dislikes overtook the likes.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
See, I mean, sometimes people need to see it in a different form and just really get a true breakdown of what they're witnessing. And that was it was a coon dance. It was you had left,
Oh, they were
right.
doing the coon electric slide?
Man, it's electric.
Biscuits.
It gives me though. I love that. I'm so glad that happened because, and I'm so glad we had this episode as well as others, because it shows everybody right there that there's always going to be somebody playing the hero versus the villain, the good cop versus the bad cop. Right. And it shows us really, if you really think about it, you just listen to everything that was being said. Not a goddamn thing was said about reparations, about tangibles.
That's a lie, Black Alpha. He did say something about reparations. Remember, he said it was a waste of time.
He said it was a waste of time.
That is very significant.
That's a fact. And then Charlemagne, the same Charlemagne who allowed Joe Biden to talk down and talk reckless to him, he was now trying to play the role of caping for reparations, when we know at the end of the day, he is the most anti just as much as Larry Elder is. So what we come to find out and what we've seen is it's a really good microcosm. Matter of fact, it's a quintessential microcosm of the political status of America, where we see that these people just use a bunch of babble, a bunch of gender, but at the end of it and in the roots, when you really watch it, salute to our sister Tesla, because she was the only one cutting through all that bullshit. She was letting it be known that the black grassroots operates on a different level. We are way completely separate from everything that they're saying, and now everybody understands that when we push the discourse, when we push the narrative, and we push the line, we got these folks having all that Sambo on Sambo, bootlick on bootlick crime, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
You want to hear something funny too? It's interesting that he was crying about not hitting the debate stage, but he got a whole bunch of conservative friends that didn't galvanize their people to go donate to him.
Exactly.
And these people we talking like Brandon Tatum. He got almost 2.5 million people that subscribe to him. Candace got about 4 on Twitter. Some of these other jackoffs on here, they got over 500,000. Now, one of them could have said at the beginning of their video, let's help Larry Elder. He's one of the true black conservatives. It is a full ass lie, but snow your people. We want to help him get on the stage. Put his link in y'all's description box. Lead by example. They didn't even bring him on. I want y'all to understand that, family. The black conservatives did not even bring Larry Elder on, but they were quick to bring Vivek on.
Damn. Speaks miles. That speak miles. All the way. Hey, and I don't see nobody right now being treated unjustly. He's right now. He probably still in LAX right now, can't get a flight. And I haven't seen anybody coming out and saying, hey, man, what's wrong what we're doing to him? I mean, damn, can he be at least worth a $30 gift certificate?
Do you think
know what I'm
he
saying?
has a
This man ain't
layover
worth
in
a food
Chicago?
stamp.
I don't know if LAX does direct flights from Milwaukee. I'm just saying. Maybe he had to do a layover in Chicago.
Oh, that is
saying.
hilarious.
That
But
is
again,
the state
family,
of affairs.
his own conservative brethren and sistren did not even cape for him. He only needed $40,000. He got it on Monday because I was cracking on him for that. And then when I got off, they said that he hit the threshold.
So struggling.
Right.
Struggling.
But look from where the interview was till Monday. That was almost a week. That was over a week. And none of them said, let me help this man out.
What does that
Candace
say?
is one of your best friends, and she didn't even bring you on the podcast.
And hey, and now we're sitting here literally talking about 40 years worth of dedicated tap dancing to the Republican Party, and this man can't even get your ass a soda in a goddamn Hershey Kiss at the Family Dollar.
You might have to go back to the mustache. I think people took him more serious when he had the mustache.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, he got a TV show. He was a judge. I mean, the radio show was popping.
Facts.
I'm just saying.
Big
Trash
facts.
Changed
day
it off. I
here.
mean, you know what they say. You can't trust somebody that don't have facial hair.
Oh, facts.
That's real
Hey,
talk.
he real messed up because that shit leaving on top quick too. So
Yeah.
he's in a rock and a hard place. But I'm gonna tell everybody out there listening, for the next, year, basically this time next year, we're gonna be really getting close. It's going to be a static. It's going to be on point, and the coverage that you're going to find from the new black media in terms of the election is going to be powerful. My two brothers right here, as well as my other brothers who aren't here right now, salute to them. We're going to have to cover this thing, and we're going to, and everybody's going to always have something. Y'all always know on the Black Alpha Network, I say it's always one big block party. We got 300 people in here right now.
Yeah.
Who wants to come to a block party tomorrow? Because we're going to stream the debate. We're streaming the debate tomorrow.
Yes,
Oh,
indeed.
right on.
Yes,
But,
indeed. Hey, you already know, Gravity. I'm gonna be there front row center, brother.
But here's the thing, y'all got to go to Black Light Revelations channel because I got suspended.
What?
Yeah, they suspended me for a week.
Oh wow!
Because I got a conservative, and conservative got mad and put a cyberbullying claim on me. Yeah, so I'm gonna be on Rumble, but with Blacklight, he's still gonna be on YouTube. So y'all go over there, or you could come to my Rumble channel.
Hey, kid.
Yes, sir.
Was that a person that had did a video about Tesla and the Breakfast Club?
He's done them, but this person. I want y'all to hear me. This person said that Jalen Walker deserved what he got. That's what he said.
Wow.
Multiple times. He deserved what he got.
Well, hey, here's the kicker. They get what they got because they live a life of being a nobody, irrelevant, and nobody gives a damn about it. But every single time we drop, obviously we do hundreds and we do thousands because we got the will of the people. So at the end of the day, 20, 30, 40 years from now, a week from now, those type of people will not be remembered while we're all going to go down in history as a part of the best movement ever. So we win, they lose, we certified, they cool. Yes, indeed.
So much fun.
Y'all brothers, man. Y'all tell everybody where they can find y'all, man. I'm gonna wrap this on up, man. I appreciate y'all brothers for coming through. Zilla, you already know how we get down.
Yes, indeed, my brother.
Bring it, man. Tell everybody.
There was one thing I wanted to tell you, Black Alpha. Give me two things. Give me
there we go.
Larry Elder said something in that interview too. He said that where's y'all's class action lawsuits, right? Near the end. He lives in California, and there was a massive class action lawsuit for people staying in jail longer than their sentence. He didn't bring that up. I just found that interesting.
And Kamala Harris locked up half of those people in California.
Yeah, and he sidestepped that.
He didn't. I guess at 71, he probably forgot. I put that in the back channel for you, Zilla, so you can look at that. That was big money too.
Game changer. Game changer. Game changer. Go ahead. Tell us where we can find you.
Family, you can go right here on YouTube at Beatzilla PDX Official. And typically we do Wednesday and Friday night lives. But right now for this week, I will not be doing any lives. We will be doing I'll be in my brother. This is the only live I'm doing this week, but look out for videos being uploaded this week. And of course, Kid Gravity got the debate tomorrow. And then our brother Afro Elite is doing a fundraiser for brother Ozone. So just taking advantage of the time and just taking my little break. And so, hey, there will be content available for you to tune into from my brothers. And also, like I said, be on the lookout for videos from me. You could also follow me on Instagram, BeatZillaPDX, Twitter, BeatZillaPDX. And, man, this is how we do.
Hey, brother, before I let you go, Kid Gravity, I want to have you, Zilla, because I know you out there on the West Coast, man. I want you to make some comments right here about everyone knows, man, my idol. You know what I'm saying? My revolutionary idol right here. This man inspires me to the core. You feel me? Everyone knows he's the same man right there in the backdrop. If you can make some comments out there, man, about our brother, Dr. Huey P. Newton, co-founder of the Black Panther Party. Today, as I said, is August 22nd. This is when our brother made the transition. I just want to have you comment, man, especially being somebody out there on the West Coast. how's this brother, you know what I'm saying, just you know, put a good imprint on your family and just gave you that good vibe, man, about everything that we face and how to overcome it.
Well, you know, being up here in Portland, we still have a lot of you know, of course they're aging out of life now, but we have some still among us. So this is an offshoot territory of the Black Panthers, and one of the places where Huey P. Newton would stop through. So the whole I-5 corridor, of course, you know them for starting in Oakland, but San Francisco, Portland, and Seattle all had chapters of Black Panthers. Thanks to this man right here, and also the various others that were down with him, and just something about being focused on Black folks' issues. They got into being open, of course, but Black people's issues never left the forefront of the conversation. And so always keeping that Black first energy, that revolutionary energy, and even transferring that down to my generation, because we got it, our Blackness drilled into our heads very, very young and early. And then even fortunate enough to have Dr. John Heinrich Clark penning some of our Black history curriculum here in my city. So just from Huey P. Newton's influence here, man, when I was in high school, there was brothers wearing Black Panther Party shirts. And for the record, the Panther movie had not came out yet. So his influence is huge. I would say he is the like bastion of revolutionary, the way you conduct yourself as a revolutionary out here. By the way, how he laid down his thing and even got things here established to where they tore down in 1972 and have not even rebuilt on the site to where the free clinic and the free dentist office was, and also their chapter office. They got rid of that, and they don't want none of that energy coming back. So they don't want to even build anything on that property. So that's the level of influence here that this brother has most definitely put in place. So shout out and rest in power, of course, our icon, Dr. Huey P. Newton. And with that being said, man, I'm going to leave y'all now. And man, again, shout out to my brother Black Alpha for having this live, man. I really appreciate being here, man. And shout out to my brother Kid Gravity Beyond. Always good to hear from you too, brother. So with that being said, y'all stay Black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first. Have a great night, y'all. Peace, my brothers.
Well.
Yes, sir.
Respect, bro.
Damn, he still got he didn't even hit 8 o'clock yet.
Gravity,
He still
I
got a whole night.
Comment on Huey, man.
Huey, I'm still learning a lot about Huey.
Man. I gotta have you comment on brother Huey.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still learning about Huey because you know they don't teach us that much on the East Coast like that. So I ain't got much, but from what I've read, I mean, this is like the epitome of being on code. Like if you need someone to aspire to be, you be this man.
Right.
This is if you want to change things, this is what you do. But you have to be, you can be militant, but you also got to be strategic. And this is like both. This is both right here. This is double trouble. That's why they hated this man so much, because he could get you both ways. But you know, like I said, I'm still learning. So you know, a lot of y'all got a head start on me, but I'm gonna get there one day.
It's all good, brother. It's all about the code, brother. I know you on code. Be one night writer, fam. It's all. I'll give you 2 books, man.
I know, it's
Revolutionary
tough. You don't know how
Suicide.
tough it is sometimes. It'd be tough sometimes.
It's all good. Hey, Revolutionary Suicide and To Die for the People. Those are two. Those are his 2 books, man. Check them out, man. You'll get everything.
Yeah,
or just ask Black Alpha,
him.
man, and I got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go buy him. But yeah, like I said, since I got suspended on YouTube, I'll be on Rumble and Twitter tomorrow doing that debate, and we're probably gonna pipe in what Trump and Tucker are going to be talking about on Twitter too, because I know that'll spike the views too. But yeah, you can find me here on YouTube at Kid Gravity Beyond, and trust and believe this weekend is going to be a lot of content drop because a lot of things happen down here in Georgia and a lot of things happen around the country. And I want to make sure y'all stay informed because, again, like you said, we got a year and 3 months. We got 15 months before we got to select another president if you're going to vote. Because right now I'm leaning to just do local and state and then go home and just write reparations on the general, and because I don't like none of them. But thank you to the family for helping me get the numbers up and also for validating that ramen noodles was a grift. Thank you. Because his trolls just don't want to admit this, that he's a grift. Now the mainstream media is calling him out on his grift. So we'll see how it is tomorrow. We're gonna see if he's gonna be talking about civics and how many. I'm gonna count how many times he takes shots at black folks because he thinks he's slick with the farmer bro talk, but we know what to look for now. So we're gonna see, and we're also gonna see if Larry Elder's in the audience or if he's gonna be having the thing with the popcorn. He has to sell the popcorn. Yep, look at that.
You talking about that, Larry Elder? Goddamn.
Yeah, he looking for a job, so they gonna put him with the popcorn holder, and he gonna be selling the popcorn. Come on, Larry. See, this is what I told y'all 3 years ago. If y'all would have came down to the black grassroots level, I know y'all don't like coming down here because we have all the fun and you gotta appease white folk. But I told y'all if y'all came down here and broke bread with us, your man might have won. And then y'all could have went back and hated on us, but you would have came down here. But I get it. Now
he look lost as hell.
Dude, he don't know what turn, he don't know what gate he got to go to.
Whew. Oh, his flight gone. That flight already left.
Dude, he about to jump on Spirit.
Hey, he don't know what Uber he got to catch back to the hotel.
No, the Uber back to South Central.
Yeah, hey, there you go. You're going back. It's all good. Becky Sue be waiting on you.
How you allegedly smack up Becky? How you do that? Wow. Sir, this is California, bro.
Woo! Didn't OJ teach him? Damn.
And they thought he was gonna, and after hearing that, he really thought they were gonna vote for him for governor.
No, that's a wrap. That's all wrap. Hey, only thing he got left, man. Only thing he got left is an Uber ride and a $20 gift certificate, man.
Right to Jesse Lee Peterson's house.
There it is. Hey, ain't no future in bootlicking. All you get is a boot. That's it. Hey, brother. All right, fam. I'm gonna close up, man.
Yes,
tell everybody where they can find you though. Directly.
Yeah, you can find me here on YouTube, Kid Gravity Beyond. I think that should work. Yeah, if you just put in Kid Gravity Beyond, it should come up. You'll see my avatar, which is this, and peruse the content. Help me get that. Let's see if you could sneak me into the algorithm because they did me dirty. But I'm spending my whole year educating the family about what's going on in the election. And it doesn't matter how insignificant the topic is. I want to make sure if you're going to go vote, you have every tool in your arsenal to make an informed decision if you're going to go that far. If not, you can also go help somebody that is going to go vote. So,
much respect, bro. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my brother Gravity, man. When it comes to all content, but especially when it comes to political content, A1, A+, man. So salute to you, my brother.
Salute to you too. And I will bid you adieu.
Peace out, fam.
Yeah, B1.
B1, brother. All right, family. All right. I appreciate everybody who pulled in. I ain't been able to see the comments, so I've been kind of looking on my phone. So salute to everybody who's in here. Dark Titan, Project Leroy, Jay Fields, Queen Alpha, Hurricane IQ. I see you. Word Views. I see everybody in here. I ain't been able to see them on here, but I see you right here. So I've been watching. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. You already know on the Black Alpha Network, we are going to go live. We're going to roast. It doesn't matter. You're going to always get the most certified, the most thorough content available. That's just the way we do things. That's the way we're going to always do things. But I want to say something. I got my brothers, and I allow my brothers to speak on Huey Newton real quick, and I'd be remiss if I didn't get a chance to say something about our brother Huey P. Newton. So first off, let me say this. The soul of the Black Panther Party is in all of us, but understand this is not a movie. This is not a comic book. This ain't in Africa. This is right here in America. That is the real Black Panther. And it's not a figment of somebody's imagination. It's not put on some type of book where you sketched it in and you colored it in and used your crayons or your color pencils. No, that is the real Black Panther. That all this Black Panther phenomenon that swept across the planet Earth, that all goes back to this brother right here and Bobby Seale. So we got to make sure that we keep that Black Panther, the pride of the Panther in us. You have Panther babies, Tupac Shakur, Afeni Shakur, Sada Shakur, Matulu Shakur, Geronimo Pratt, Fred Hampton, David Hilliard, Kathleen Cleaver, all across the board. That type of soul is in all of us. So from the Black Alpha Network to the real certified only Black Panther Party, and most especially my idol, Huey P. Newton, I'm sending him the most certified salute, and it'll always be that way, because if it wasn't for Huey P. Newton, I probably wouldn't be here speaking to y'all right now. So much love and respect, much love to our ancestors. And with that said, family, I want to let everybody know that we're going to ramp this up right here on the Black Alpha Network. We're going to push this heavy. I'm going to start dropping 2 videos a week. I got a very, very serious issue coming up, story that's going on in New Bern, Alabama. And I want everybody to know, wherever our people are, that's where Black Alpha at. Wherever that sign is, that's where Black Alpha at. And wherever I'm at, we're all there because we stand together. I always say we building, we working, we shining, we grinding. I always say that we're untouchable, unbreakable, unmatched, and stronger than ever. And I stand by that 100%. So you guys are going to see a lot more. We're cranking it up. I appreciate everybody who's tapping in. Y'all know I always say this on every episode. I love y'all with a passion. That's one thing. I'm not just about people who just subscribe. I'm about us being a family. And I support everybody who supports just being on code in the Black grassroots. We are all as one. That whole FBA family tree, I don't care where you are. I don't care where you at. We represent each other and we stand next to each other. So we live this 24/7, 365. I love every time we tap in. I love when we tap and we got 200, 300, 400 people in the space. I love when I see new people subscribing to the Black Alpha Network and just supporting everything. But just understand that it goes appreciated. And I love y'all with a passion. And I promise you, without all of this, the Black grassroots, I would not be here, because a lot of purpose that I have found has been within you guys. So you guys are all my family, and I ride for my family. I'm always going to be loyal to my family. And anytime, anywhere y'all see me, or if y'all don't see me and you DM me, you hit me up, I'm always open, fully available, and we're going to ride together. We're going to shine together. And I put that on everything. So with that said, man, y'all tap into the Black Alpha Network. We got a lot more coming, and I promise you, we about to ramp everything up, and we're going to take this to a whole nother level, a level ain't nobody seen before. So with that said, in the words of Huey P. Newton, I got to quote him. He said, "We are one tonight. Let us be one in the future. Power to all the people." And as Black Alpha Network always says, remember, Black is beautiful, and beautiful is always Black. One love.
Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people. Power to the people.